Hi everyone watching at home, welcome back to the channel. I am Cole Wulfrun, and these are my beautiful players for Shadow of the Chasm. They might die.
Whoops.
There is...
Not our characters.
Yeah.
Oh no.
IRL.
You die in the game.
We all found out there was a sniper on that roof.
No,
We get in Jumanji.
I'm just gonna teleport into your homes if you die. No, I'm just kidding.
Cole knows where I live, but I also know where he lives.
Right.
That's true. Storm and I know where each other live, so that's not really...
Yeah.
That's not really...
He's gonna be in my house in a week and a half.
Yep.
A week. Listen.
Whoa.
No, it's Wednesday. I don't know what day it is.
A week and 2 days, Storm.
A week and a half.
You know how days work.
No. It's the end of my week, kind of. It's my Friday.
As you guys can see on the map,
anyway.
they have a big thing to fight right now. This thing is an old D&D size metric, Colossal. That does not exist in 5e, but I made it.
Yeah. House
And
rules.
We're going to go ahead and start. Just recap for last session. Everybody fought off the Driders very well. One of the Driders attempted to power word kill the party, and Ulrich counterspelled it. And then...
Nice.
Ulrich also saw a vision that reminded him that Draco is the one who gave him his name. And they haven't had a conversation about it yet, because they flew down here immediately. All that happened was Ulrich hugged Draco and said, "Thank you." And then they came down here and Draco's like, "Okay. I don't know what happened, but okay."
You're welcome, small person.
Wandy has got Frodo vibes now and is very obsessed with his new ring. Aaron shot things. And
That surprises.
And the fear demon taunted him with like, "Ha ha, you're gonna fail your dad." Helia is just a mess.
That girl.
Elle's
Head
doing
buff.
her best to support her girlfriend, but they had their little flirty moment, and then I had to ruin it with trauma.
Mama.
As I do. But anywho, you know what? It wasn't Pride Month when I did it, but I can't be interrupting the gay moments on Pride Month. That's just homophobic.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't do it. I can't do it this session.
Hey, wait a minute. That's sick.
So, with that being said, we're going to get started with this encounter. Roll initiative. Just
Get my
let you know,
dragon
I'm-
dice. Maybe it'll appease the DM.
Oh no!
It makes a very nice sound when I jingle them together.
I really hope
Stop.
somebody rolls really high on initiative. What'd
I
you
got
get,
this.
Jake?
Your wish
Okay.
is granted, sir.
Depends on what you mean by really high, but probably not. Really high.
What'd you get there? We'll start with, you know what, Aaron, what'd you get, buddy?
I got a nat 20 for a total of 29.
Ooh!
Jeez.
You do go before the fear demon.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Get him in the eye. Get
L.
him in all
No.
8 eyes.
Has Aaron always been a blue hedgehog?
Gotta go fast.
Does that
did
make
fight
Draco?
with it,
Does that make Draco the shadow to his Sonic? Because Draco's a
I
little
feel
bit
like
more
it's either
edgy.
that or Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Yeah, I'm either Knuckles or Shadow, for sure.
Knuckles.
Yeah.
Knuckles. So L, what'd you get?
6.
Oh no! Wandy,
10.
Ulrich,
I got a 16.
Helia,
19.
Draco.
16.
Who has better dex, Draco or Ulrich?
Your dex,
My
Ulrich.
dex is a 15.
A 14. Oh, you've been. I've got a 14.
Then we'll go Ulrich at 17, just because there's no other monsters. Because that would be too much. Alright, so initiative order is Aaron, the Fear Demon, and then everyone else. Also, the image of this spider on screen, Draco, yeah, it actually has a human-like smile.
Gross.
Ooh,
Why?
creepy.
And it
Why?
is
That'd be
very
good.
happy to see you all.
I'm thinking like that. What was his face? No Face in Avatar: The Last Airbender, who steals
Oh
faces.
god, yeah, no, it's terrifying.
Yeah, alright, so,
Cry on the inside, Draco. Cry on the inside.
alright, with that, Aaron, what do you do?
First thing I'm going to do is fly away from where I'm currently standing. Because we're all
I can
very
fly.
grouped together.
Wait, you mean like the first thing we see is all of us standing here, and then you just like fly away?
Aaron goes,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah, we're like facing up against the fear demon. We're all like, don't worry, it's gonna be fine. And he's just like, okay, it'll still be fine.
Get out of my way!
Oh man.
I'm just imagining he flies past Wandy's face. Excuse me, Your Highness.
Where are you going? Where are you
My
going?
lord.
Didn't you just swear an oath to me?
Guys, I am still right here. I'm 10 feet away from you. And then
Our question with that: are you in the air over that spot?
yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, that's.
Let's go ahead and establish right now. I'm in the air at all times.
I'm always in the air.
Not
Also
touching the
good.
ground.
I don't like the way he said that.
Can we play Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins now?
Alrighty, I am going to take my first shot at the spider. Go figure.
Okay.
Oh wait, and let me check my rogue shit. I have advantage on this attack, and it's not surprise, so it won't be an auto crit. But because I have advantage on it says I have advantage on attack rolls. Would that include all of my attacks this round?
Yes.
I'm about to make a lot of attacks then. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just do sharpshooter then, because I have advantage and I'm feeling good. So this is with a +8 with advantage. First one is 11 or nat 20!
Silvery
That's-
barbs.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Do I re-roll?
I'm kidding.
No, genuinely.
Yeah, if you get silvery barbs, you just re-roll.
Yeah. Okay. So I re-roll.
Yeah.
Still a 17 on the die.
That, for a total of what?
25.
That hits.
Yeah, fucking better. Don't mind me. Okay. Jesus Christ, I haven't played this character in a minute. Give me a second.
It has been a hot second.
Okay. My God. D&D Beyond.
But yeah, no, the spider might have some spellcaster levels. Maybe.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Jesus
I killed
Christ,
this
oh my
fucking
God.
spell.
Sorry. My hands are starting to shake already. Do you need damages separate as far as like lightning and weapon damage?
No.
Gotcha. I will give you the totals then. Am I missing a d6? I'm missing a d6. I'm gonna have to re-roll like a peasant. Okay. Ugh. Not good. And 13, 14, 24, 30 points of damage on the first attack.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna action surge, so it's gonna be 6 attacks total. So, second attack. I'm just gonna go ahead and roll these in succession. It's either a 2 or a 3, so that's a miss. I assume with an 11.
Oh yeah.
3, 5. Wow, 3 out of 5. Okay. 24
That hits.
to hit. Okay.
Not by much, but it hits.
2. I know. Not good on the back half of these swings. 13 or a net one. 21.
21 misses.
Okay, good to know.
I just look at Cindy's face hearing 21 misses with the way Wandy rolls.
I'm like, oh no.
And yeah, so only one more hit on that.
Ooh.
But
What a
Because
turn
you
to
took
action
it.
surge.
I know.
Like, let's get out of here, Scoob.
Oh, there's none of that. There's no running.
Well, hey, you know what?
Shots!
It's been an honor, guys.
Action surge.
It's a great place to die, right? That audio.
Hey, hey.
Great group of wolves.
Only,
die out
only
here.
4 of you are dying. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Plan an event.
This thing's probably immune to poison damage. Am I right, gang?
Yeah, you might be.
You took a stab in the dark, you'd probably hit somebody with that.
You know what? Cole, with our knowledge of what we learned, does it seem like necrotic damage is not the way to go?
You haven't. When you fought the Drider, they were not immune.
Okay, then I'll get weird with it. I'm gonna use Enfeebling Arrow on this attack.
Okay.
So it needs to make a DC 17 con save. It probably has like plus 15.
That is
Just
a
plus one.
that's a 30.
Fair enough.
There it is.
It was worth a shot.
Okay.
But it does still take an extra 2d6 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Wait, am I using the right? I am. Good. Jesus Christ, so dead. Not rolling well on damage tonight. 5, 6, 11, 13, 19, 29 points of damage.
Okay.
And I will, you know what? Because I action surge, I have 2 potential bonus actions. So I will use 1 to dash. And I will go Cole, on the map, this is this like overhanging all of these
Yeah.
green on the side?
So that is
I-
like the top layer, and the green
Gotcha.
onto the side of that is the bottom layer.
Okay. Then I will dash underneath where. There we go. Is that Draco and?
No,
That's
that's
just
just Brutus.
Just Brutus. Okay.
But can Brutus? I was gonna say, can Brutus offer as like sort of, I don't know, like
Well-
well, let me see.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
you
gonna.
go.
Yeah, the outcropping Brutus is on. I'll dash under it and then use my other bonus action to hide.
I was gonna
Just
say,
like-
can like you hide behind? Like, can Brutus hide you? Essentially, is what I'm asking, so that they don't know that you're there. They just
Aaron,
If you wanna
doesn't
hide,
wanna,
otherwise-
yeah, Aaron doesn't want to hide behind Brutus because he doesn't want to inadvertently make Brutus a target. If he can just remove
that's
himself.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will use my bonus action to hide and see if that does anything.
Okay.
May
Give me
I
a stealth
roll?
check.
Ugh! Ew! Gross! 11.
Can Brutus give the help action at least?
That would use
that-
Brutus's action.
Is this action, or is that? I thought the help action was a reaction.
No, help
Is it
action
an
is an
No,
action.
is an action.
It's an
Full
action.
action?
It's
okay,
okay.
well then
It's
never
okay.
mind. Yeah,
It's
no,
okay.
no, that's what I was gonna say. It's probably
It
full action.
probably would have seen me anyway.
Okay.
But that
Yeah,
is my
sure,
turn.
sure.
Someone else do something. Before I.
Okay.
longer.
It is the Fear Demon's turn, and he's just gonna mosey right here.
No.
Hey, howdy, pal. What's going on,
Where is
girl?
it?
How are you?
God, just looking at this map and seeing the scale difference is like, oh, Brutus looks like a kobold next to this thing.
Yeah, which is not what you want to see.
Okay, so first thing it's going to do is it gets to pick 2 of you at the start of its turn for a little fear thing, but not frightened. Helia and Elle. I need wisdom saving throws.
With advantage.
Okay.
And +3 from Draco.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Read. I am a cleric. That's
That's
29.
what? Okay.
29.
Elle?
I have 23 plus 1. It was a nat 20 plus 3 plus 1 was cloak of protection, so 24.
Okay, you guys both pass and are not paralyzed.
Hey.
Yeah.
So now it's going to take its turn. First thing it's going to do is it's going to do its multi-attack. So first attack is going to Draco.
That's okay.
I
I'm
think
good.
Does a 34 hit?
If I say no, does that do anything?
No.
Great. So no, it does not hit. What? How much damage do I get dealt?
Let me pull. I'm gonna need to pull up a dice roller for this one. Okay,
That's
so that's gonna
a
be
fun statement.
Yeah, imagine I just die on the first turn. I don't get to do anything. Draco's just like, it's all right, guys, we got this, and it's just like a foot steps on him, and it's like suicide squad, you know?
Okay, so that is going to be with his one of his legs. He's gonna jab you, and that's gonna be 24 piercing damage and 8
Okay.
poison damage.
Right. Of course, it's poison damage.
Are we not immune to poison?
Yeah.
You are immune to poison.
But it
That's
doesn't
right,
know
we
that.
are.
Out, but
Okay. So with that, that's the first attack. Second attack is going to Aaron.
Guy.
32 hits.
Yeah, I guess.
sure.
Just the reaction, I guess. Okay, this is also going to be a leggy,
Too many legs. We gotta start cutting that shit off.
and that is going to
Real.
be 20.
Maybe.
That is going to be 20 piercing damage.
Many things.
I'm not even going to roll the poison because.
We're immune.
Third attack, Juande.
The stare.
28 hits, so
I mean, thank God, at least it's splitting up its attacks. It'd be really awful if one person got all 3 of these attacks. You know, you just get dealt like 70 damage right out the gate.
that is also going to be 21 piercing damage.
Ow.
He's not rolling great. I'll just let y'all know.
He's not rolling great.
Oh, I love that. That's just some poor rolls.
Fourth attack of the multi-attack going to Ulrich. Well, a natural 20 definitely hits.
Oh no.
Anybody? Anybody got anything?
Wait, what?
I was
Oh,
trying to think
I
of
have
it.
it. Sorry, thank you. I have Guardian Emblem.
Okay.
Actually, wait. I actually have 2 options. Hold on, let me double check which one's better.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
warding flare. So re-roll instead.
Okay. That's still gonna hit, but it's no longer a crit, which is good because I rolled max damage. 6, 12, 18,
Jesus.
24. That is 36 piercing damage.
Hold on. I think I have something for that. It's a reaction. Oh my goodness, where did I put it? It was like wings, protective wings. Right, when me or another creature I can see within 5 feet is hit by an attack, you use your reaction and add 5 to my AC.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, okay, well.
It was over 30. And the last thing, it's going to use its bite attack on Helia.
Fully good.
But,
Why would you do
get
that?
38 damage?
You gotta
Yeah.
roll with disadvantage because I have Cloak of Displacement.
You're thankful for that disadvantage. That is a 24.
I also... oh, I couldn't use my reaction twice. Never
That's
mind.
a 24 to hit.
Miss.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
I know you were kidding.
Sorry.
Kinda close.
Not that kind of
I have a
cleric,
47
unfortunately.
AC.
Okay, this is his big attack. Oh.
I do have a cleric that has a 24 AC, but it is not Helia.
39 piercing damage.
Gross.
Yeah, and the bite attack, it's a good thing you're immune to poison, because the bite attack does 6d8 poison damage.
What does it now?
Bonus action, he is going to do a little web shot at Brutus.
Do a little web shot.
Don't do it at Brutus.
Do a little web shot at
My
Brutus.
child.
Oh, that might
No
not
way.
does
What's that?
does a 17 hit?
No, it does not actually.
Okay, because he rolled a 2 on the die, so misses.
Thank God. Yeah, I was gonna say it. Literally, he has an 18 AC.
Whew, so he only needs to roll a 3 or higher to hit Brutus.
I
that
think
is
we can
insane.
take into account at this point that this guy's probably gonna hit if he wants to.
Yeah.
Unless I roll really bad. Alright, so that's his turn for now. And now we move on to... Who's next? Helia!
Yeah.
After getting
Um,
bit.
I have a feeling that I can't kick its ass, and it's just based on all the spells I have. But I'm gonna try my best anyway. All right. I'm going to fly up in there a little bit, just like 10 feet upward.
Okay.
And going to steel myself, raise my hands to the heavens, and essentially rip off my antenna. Apparently, yoink down, and a column of radiant fire is going to hit the spider, and I'm gonna cast Flame Strike.
Okay.
So Dex save.
No.
You'll need to split up the fire and radiant damage for me.
I figured, yeah.
Okay, that is... You said wisdom save or dex?
Dex.
24.
Ugh, okay. We'll take half.
Maybe.
Excuse me.
12 fire.
Okay. Is that already halved or is that not halved?
Not halved, and 18 radiant.
Okay, so we'll take 9 radiant and 3 fire.
Okay.
Or no, sorry. It'll take 4 radiant and 6 fire because it is resistant to radiant but not fire.
Okay, that's actually better than I expected you to do. I thought you were gonna make things immune. So
He's not
okay.
immune, but
better than I thought. I thought I'd be doing nothing. So
if you did nothing, this fight would definitely not. Probably winning would probably not be possible.
yeah. Well, I can heal still, but I didn't expect my fire or so resistant to radiant, not fire.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do with that. I'm a light cleric. Okay. So did that. That's all I got.
Okay.
So, nervous, but honestly a little bit. Helia's a little
But-
bit more
but it
confident than
could've
they
been
were a minute ago.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yes.
Legendary action.
Oh god.
No.
It's going to,
It's okay, we're good,
on
we're
a
good.
point centered below Helia, a swirl of black and green mass is going to form. And it's going...
Is this a spell?
It is. You can attempt to counterspell.
Counterspell.
At what level are you counterspelling?
Max level.
Which is
Warlock.
what for you?
Okay, hey, wait. Before we max level counterspell, maybe let's wait.
Warlock.
He's a warlock. Yes.
It's
always
full
max
send or
level.
nothing.
And what's your max?
It's always max level.
What level spell? What's your spell level?
I think it was 5.
You're gonna need to roll.
D20.
Yeah, and you'll add, and you have to beat a 19.
Here's hoping. Nat 20.
Okay.
Hey!
You counterspell the legendary action,
Let's go.
which
yeah!
which means he loses the spell slot, but not the legendary action,
What?
because the spell didn't go off.
He still used his legendary action to do it.
The way I have it written is that he will lose the spell slot if it's counterspelled, which means he loses a 9th level spell slot, but not the legendary action. And that legendary action, yeah, and that reaction is literally just that legendary action just casts spell of DM's choosing.
What spell was
Jesus.
it? Could my character tell, since I kind of like...
It was definitely necrotic energy.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah. No. She is the light bringer. No darkness. No necrotic.
Okay.
No, stop.
So with that, that is not Healy's turn. It's now Ulrich's turn.
Huzzah! I point my sword at the giant spider and say, "Your reign of fear ends here," and I cast Hex on his dexterity.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Tasha's otherworldly guise, and I use the lower planes. I'll send you the spell right here.
Love this spell.
Yeah, so using the lower planes, I am immune to fire and poison. I am immune to the poison condition. I gain spectral wings, and my flying speed is 40 feet. +2 to AC. All my weapon attacks are magical, and I can attack twice.
Okay.
Nice.
Whew. All right, so I'm gonna fly up. I want to sort of stay between my allies here, like diagonally between Hell and Draco. That way, if they're like close enough to me, I can still use other spells and the like.
Okay.
All right, so that is getting used.
And as you do that, the creature's face turns to you and it just goes, "Oh my, the Lightbringer. You will make a delicious meal."
You first. You're going into the soup.
Let's get it.
So since I cast
war
that,
cry.
I gain the I get a second attack.
Mhm.
So with my second attack, I am going to use Flame Strike.
Okay.
So let's see. It needs to make a Dex save.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
27.
Yeah. It saves.
It rolled high. It's not that its dex save is that high. It just rolled. I just rolled well. I might change out
Yeah.
my dice in a minute.
All right, I'm just gonna calculate
My
this real
villain is
quick.
far too powerful.
You know, I'm girl bossing a little too close to the sun, and I need to gatekeep myself here
Sometimes you have to.
and just
you know?
gaslight
Sometimes you
myself
have
into believing that I'm not. You know.
So
You know,
I rolled
when's
a
it always
12.
trash?
I rolled a 12 for fire damage, so half is 6.
Cool.
4, 8. And then I rolled 10 radiant damage.
Okay.
So halved, and then he's resisted.
So 2 radiant damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
I used that ability, gave me a second attack, so I could use one spell. That was it.
Alrighty. Draco and Brutus.
Oh, wait a second.
Rico.
Does Hex do damage? Yeah, Hex does damage.
Well, Hex does
What-
damage, I think, on like
When I
Is it
hit
on
a
their
target
turn?
with an attack.
yeah, and
So
I
if
don't
it
know. My,
saves-
my,
no,
my
okay.
rules lawyer brain is going off right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I,
mean,
wonder, does that count? If it's a
Spells
spell,
do not count for hex damage, only martial attacks.
oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, in that case, technically, wouldn't flame strike because wouldn't that not count as an attack?
I'm being generous
Right,
on that right
Yeah.
now, because.
Yeah.
But yeah. But alright. Draco and Brutus, what you got, boys?
all right. I think I'm gonna pull out my wicked cool halberd. I'm gonna sort of like spin it around in one hand as like I whistle, and my like floating shield sort of comes around as well. I think he's gonna say, "You've shown me fear. Let me show you death." And I'm gonna try to attack.
Okay.
It's gonna be awful if I miss too. You know what I mean? Oh God. Yeah, that doesn't hit. That
Don't
doesn't
you
hit
get?
either.
Do you get
So-
advantage on attacks as well?
I don't think I get advantage. I think I grant other people advantage.
Your auras are granted to you as well.
Yeah.
Your auras count for you as well. That's rules of written how paladins work.
Amazing. Okay, so does a 24 hit then?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
So far, y'all know a 21 doesn't hit, and you know a 24 does, and so that's yours range. 22, 23, or 24.
14 damage really quickly.
You can throw a smite onto that.
I'm gonna... You know what? Yeah, I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna toss a smite onto that. I was gonna wait for my next attack, but I'm like, if I miss and I don't smite at least once this turn, what was I even doing? I'm gonna use one of my 4th level spell slots as well. So what is that? That's 6d6?
No, d8 unless you're doing a specific type of smite, then it will change.
Okay.
Also, since you are past level 11, you have improved smite, which means you always get an extra d8 of radiant damage on any attack.
Oh, amazing. So what is that, 7d8?
7d8 radiant damage for a 4th level smite, yes. Now remember, even on attacks that you don't smite, you always get that 1 extra d8 because of improved smite. Basically, past level 11, instead of getting an extra attack, paladins just get more damage.
They just hit a little bit harder. Alright, let's see. So that's going to be an extra 38 radiant damage.
Okay. Half to 19.
And then I'm going to just try and hit him again.
Okay.
Okay, that's going to hit. I'm going to deal a lot less. It's going to be 9 damage. And I think I'm going to save my spell slot.
Remember your extra d8 of radiant on every attack.
Yes. Max. Okay, so that's 17 damage. As I sort of like just whip this like halberd around in just a rage-fueled salvo. And then Brutus, I think I'm going to sort of call in telepathically, and of course, with an enemy this size, I'm going to ask him to just use that breath weapon. Not the repulsion, but the lightning breath. Okay. We ain't trying to get rid of this guy. We're trying to kill this guy. That's going to be a dex save.
With disadvantage.
And that'll be...
only a 17.
I still think that passes, actually. I think it's a 15 dex save.
Yeah, he's a young dragon, so it doesn't get...
He's a little guy. He's just a little guy. But it's 10d10.
He's just a little guy that can do 10d10 damage with a breath weapon.
He's just a small, tiny guy. Okay, so that's 52 divided in half, which is what, 26? Or 25 probably rounded down.
52 is 26. 26 times 2 is 52.
Okay.
So 26? Okay.
I said Twix. I meant to say sweet. And then I think that's all he can do on his turn. So I think he's just going to fly through. Honestly, I think he can do it from his perch. So he'll probably just from his perch just like let loose this line of lightning that rips through this creature. And I think that's all that I can do. Let me make sure I don't have any cool bonus actions that I can do.
For reference, I roll for lay on hands. It's a bonus action to do it to yourself and action to do it to somebody else.
Got you. Okay, in that case, I'm going to lay off because I haven't taken that much damage with that temporary HP that we had. I'm going to call it. So, yeah, that's going to be my turn.
Okay. Wande. And then L. And then Aaron.
Kick his ass.
Well, it's right there, so we're going to try to hit it.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, I don't know if I mentioned this last session, its underbelly has, like, dozens of humanoid arms reaching down.
Yeah, you did.
No, you fucking didn't say that.
It's got a lot of humanoid hands.
I remember the hands. I didn't remember the hands until now, but I do remember fingers.
Yeah, I made the envy sort of parallel.
Yeah.
Like how envy is like made up of all these people.
Yeah. Kinda.
Yuck.
Alright, Wandy, what do you do to this gross thing?
Guess we'll try to kick some of those hands, but we'll see if our dice are nice enough.
I just imagine Wandy going, ew, 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 ew.
Hey, what's up?
Ew, ew.
All the high fives.
Laughing. Oh, Oh, okay, not 20 for the first hit, so
Oh,
28.
Hey, nat
First
20.
hit?
Nat 20 is an auto crit, so you do double damage.
Yeah, nice. Okay. So 11 to that.
So that would be 22.
22, and then
Ooh.
second one to hit,
Yo, that's
and then he hit only a 12 to hit the second one. Yeah.
Nope.
Hey, you're within 10 feet of Draco, right?
You get
So
advantage.
Plus 3. You get advantage on attack rolls, yeah.
And +3.
Oh, okay.
I will remember everyone's
+3, so
features and
19.
traits. So
Let's
everyone
go.
can use
The
them.
22 hit.
22 exactly hits.
Let's go, baby.
Go.
Sorry about the 19.
Let's go.
Help you out.
All right, and then 10 for that second one. Hi-ya! Okay. And then I'm actually, for my bonus action, gonna do patient defense, and he's just gonna take get into a nice little position here, and if that guy tries to hit him, he's gonna try and dodge him.
Okay.
Next turn.
Okie dokie. Is that your turn?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Legendary action.
You're
Stop.
awful.
It's going to.
Awful.
It's all of its eyes are going to glow, and beneath. You know what? There are 7 of you, and it can only do 5 of these. So I'm going to roll a d8 to see who all this hits. I'm going to roll 2 to see who it doesn't hit. 1 is Draco, 2 is Brutus, 3 is Ulrich, 4 is Helia, 5 is L, 6 is Wande, 7 is Aaron, 8's a reroll. Not gonna hit Wande. Not going to hit Brutus. Everyone else, can I get some Constitution saving throws?
Okay. Plus
Oh, I
3
actually have
for
that.
everyone.
As pillars of green light come up from beneath all of you. These are
Am I-
soul pillars.
Am I close enough for the aura?
You are
It's
not.
10 feet.
You are way
Oh.
far away.
That's okay. I knew what I was getting myself into.
As a 21, help me out. Or
Tw-
plus 3, I guess.
Well,
is
let me
24.
get. First off, L, what's yours?
26.
26? Okay. Ulrich?
I rolled a 19 for con save.
Okay, 19. Draco? 21, right?
Plus 3 is 24.
Okay. Helia?
14.
Aaron?
Nat 20 for a 29.
If you got above a 21, you saved.
Oh my god, I'm glad I had that aura. Jesus Christ, that was been
Oh no. You didn't.
So let me roll all these d12s.
lethal. Simpsons
didn't
kid,
make
you
it.
know. I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Ooh.
No.
Well, that's a few 11s.
Watch the moth be.
Oh, what
Lashed
aura were
out
we
of the
talking
sky.
about?
That is 79.
Draco's
That is
aura
79.
protection.
That is 79 necrotic damage.
Oh
Ah.
my god.
What was that aura? I didn't hear about it. What?
Aura
what, my
protection
aura?
gives you +3
Mine.
to saving throws.
If you're within
Attack
20 if
rolls
you're within
and saving
10
throws, or
feet.
just saving throws? Usually it's just saving throws.
Just
Just
saving throws.
When you're within 10 feet of Draco.
Which you
Oh,
are.
then I pass.
So you take half of the 79 necrotic
Ow.
damage.
Oh, wait.
Thir-
How much do I take then? That's
39.
39.
39?
39 if you passed, 79 if you failed. Which means Helia just took 79 damage to the... Helia's the only one who took it, but Helia took 79
tracks.
damage.
Is Helia okay?
There are...
Helia's wings are like black at this point. They
Man.
usually have like a faint little
As a
glow.
side
They're just like a
effect-
dull gray at this point.
So as a side effect, there are green strands coming from the ground wrapped around Helia's arms,
Oh,
wings, and
no.
legs. Helia is immobile.
Ah.
And that's his legend. That's his legendary action. That one costs 2 actions, so that's it. That's his big boy one.
What is immobile? Like incapacitated? No, that's not
immobile.
a thing.
You just cannot
You
move.
can't move.
Paralyzed.
If you have like a submersible.
Grapple.
No, you're not.
Immobile.
You're
Immobile isn't a condition.
You're immobilized, meaning you cannot move. You can
Yeah.
still take actions.
So grappled.
Grappled.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, grapple.
Immobile isn't a
That's-
But It isn't Pathfinder. Leave me alone. I know, but I was just playing it the other day. It's like,
We have so many stupid little nitpicky descriptions that vastly change what I can do next turn.
you are grappled, but so anyway.
Okay, crap.
Now it's Elle's
kill
turn,
that.
finally. Elle can do a thing!
Fuck him up.
You don't.
Elle is devastated because she's seeing Helia pretty much down with her wings all blackened, and at first she gets really angry and she's gonna cast Firestorm. That's a level 7 spell.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gonna be a dexterity saving throw 17.
Get disadvantage on that because of Ulrich's thing. That is a 17.
Does it hit?
Okay. 17 on my end as well.
Oh, so that it meets it, beats it, so that means he passes.
Okay.
If he needs a 17 to pass, he rolled a 17. I changed dice. Hopefully he doesn't roll
Okay,
as
so
good,
then
and then he
you,
immediately rolled a nat 20 and a 7.
Bad.
So that means I can still get you damage, but it's gonna be half.
Yeah, it'll just be half damage, and Firestorm does a lot of damage.
Okay, so it's 7d10.
Roll those d10s. Watch them all be ones.
Hey!
I'm so mad. Okay, let's see. D&D Beyond is being a little crazy. It's 26.
26. That's before the halved.
Yeah.
So that's
Let me
13.
just see one thing. I feel like I have something else here. Oh no, I don't. Okay, so 13.
Now, are you going to use a
Okay.
sorcery point to like quick on a spell or anything?
Yep, I do want to do that.
That's gonna be what I do to you all the time, Cindy, and because you're gonna do your action and be like, "Hey, you know you can do this thing as a
Please.
sorcerer, right?"
Please.
Well, I know Elle knows, but that was just me being a,
Oh.
just being like, "Hey, this guy." I will say he's almost to not dead, but you guys
so
have already done
for,
almost 300 damage to him.
Jesus.
Nice.
Okay, if I wanted to
That's
throw
amazing.
a healing potion onto Helia, do I need a bonus action for that, or what was that?
So, unfortunately, it takes your full action to heal somebody else with a potion. It would be a bonus action to heal yourself. So even if you like, you can't quicken spell throwing a potion or something, but like,
Do anything? Yeah.
Could she have
Okay.
retroactively quicken spelled Firestorm, knowing that it would have taken an action?
sure, I'll allow that.
Okay.
But that will
Yeah.
cost your sorcery
Okay.
points for your quicken spell for Firestorm, which I believe is 2 for
That's
quicken or 3. It's either 2 or 3 for quicken spell.
Quicken spell is 2 sorcery
Yeah.
points.
Okay,
that's
and then
fine. I
chuck a potion at
I
Helia.
will
Eat.
chuck a potion at Helia. I have a superior healing potion.
Oh, good.
Some Baldur's Gate rules going on over here.
Doink.
I love that. That took me a long time to figure out that you could yeet a potion at your
So
ally and
fun.
heal them.
See, my first playthrough, it had like, well, Storm and I already know because we've been playing early access, and we saw like in the first goblin fight at the gate, Will just throwing potions at all the humans because they kept getting their asses kicked, and we were like, "Oh, you can do that!
What do
Cool."
you mean? Did you roll, or do you want me to roll healing?
You
yeah.
roll healing, Helia,
Okay.
Haha,
and it's.
Oh, of course.
Helia.
I think I remember when
30. Wow.
I think I remember when we got to that part, Storm. I was like, "That's not how that works," and you were like, "It's a video game," and I was like, "But that's not how it works."
But it's fun, and you can heal 2 people, or even 3 or 4 at once if you hit it right, which is great.
Okay, is that your turn now?
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron, my boy.
Take a wild guess.
You're gonna
I-
shoot your bow.
I am.
Sure,
Do I
bow and
have
arrow.
this like top layer of green gloop? Can I make my way along it, like underneath of it? If
Click on where you
wanted-
mean again. Oh, there. Oh no, that's a bottom layer.
Okay.
That is a bubbling acidic water looking thing.
Oh, how about that?
And there's a lot of little spiders
Just
crawling
pop in.
around in it who are not quite big enough to be threats, but they're like
Gross.
dog-sized.
In that case, I'll back up.
I mean, they're not a threat, but they're dog-sized.
Yeah, just some
Yeah,
dog-sized spiders.
I don't agree with.
Compared to the Tiamat-sized spider in front of you.
Sure, yeah, I guess if we're comparing, but at the same time, if I saw a dog-sized spider, I'd probably be like, that is also a threat.
Honestly, that'd probably be more
Alrighty.
terrifying because it can still skitter.
I am
Enough
going
that
to,
it's in the shadows.
Ooh.
Typically the big spiders, at least where we live, you don't have to worry about. Where I live.
Technically, I could do the whole make the big spider skitter as fast as a little spider.
Gross. I will.
It just
let's see.
levels the forest in one direction. You're like, I wonder where he went.
All right, you gonna shoot your bow?
I am. Sorry, I'm looking at my. I'm looking at my abilities. So yeah, I'll just start with my first attack. I no longer have advantage.
Yup.
But I'm not doing sharpshooter.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
And who would guess Storm has pizza?
Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thought? Never in my life have I had pizza
So that
before.
is, yeah. Still not rolling great. 12, 13, 15 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay. Up to dust.
And I would get a sneak attack on that because it looks like Draco is within 5 feet.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
that's going to be plus 7 additional points of damage.
Cool.
Second strike is 23 to hit.
23 does hit. The AC
Okay,
is 22.
Okay, there we go.
Because Wandy hit
Figured
with
it out, Kay.
Wandy hit with a 22, and I said you exactly
Got
hit.
it. I was not paying attention. I'm sorry.
Wandy was just kicking hands.
Ooh, that is significantly better damage. For 11, 19, 25 points of damage.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to make this. I'm gonna try something weird, and it probably won't work. But if it does work, it'll be pretty fun.
Do it
And
for
if
the
it
plot.
doesn't work, maybe we'll learn something. I'm gonna use Banishing Arrow, so
Okay.
it needs to make a DC 17 Charisma save.
Oh. Let's hope. It's gotta roll below a 2.
Well,
It's charisma.
Why is the spider so charismatic? What the hell?
It's
Yeah,
the fear
honestly.
demon.
It's a fear thing.
True,
Yeah, the fear
true.
thing. I'm like,
Very
yeah, he's
forceful.
really
Well,
got away
that's a
with it.
natural 20.
garbage.
I want to negate that out of spite, knowing it won't do anything.
Just out of spite,
Helios
Helios just sitting there restrained, like, fuck you.
Third attack.
No!
Helios like,
You seem really cool!
Third attack is 26.
that's gonna hit.
So that is gonna be. Let me just make sure there's nothing else I can do. Correct. Better damage. 14. 20 more points of damage.
Oh my goodness.
And let's see. Let me just make sure there's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can do except use my cunning action to as I shoot and strafe back. I'll try and I'll use my bonus action to hide again, just to see if it works.
Roll stealth.
Jesus Christ, I can't roll stealth for shit. 14.
No.
That's my turn.
That's your turn.
Just one eye that's like, yeah, dude, I know you're right there.
Okay. I'm checking something
I'm gonna
out
shoot that
on y'all's
eye.
character sheets before I do anything.
I have the
Oh, that's-
caffeine
we're
from my
good.
first Celsius kicking in right now.
You have the eye of the
The
tiger.
first.
Okay.
Yeah, I just poured my second one.
Ooh, I should get a rip.
I'm sending a message real quick.
Sus.
To whom?
It's going to turn, and it's going to see Helia in front of it. And it is
And-
going
Leave her alone.
to... Its eyes are going to glow. Its mandibles are going to split open entirely. And you see inside the mouth are the bodies of dozens of Mothfae it's using as a tongue. Multiple tongues. And their dead eyes are going to open and turn and look at you. And one of the corpses is your older sister.
No. No. No!
And he's going to go, you would make an excellent addition to my collection. And he's going to power word kill Helia.
No!
Ulrich, I can't hear you.
My
I
collection.
can't hear you.
As that happens, I push Helia out of the way, and I take the hit.
The power word kill connects and hits Ulrich in the head, and he dies instantaneously.
What? Wait!
Whoa!
What do you mean he died? Hang on.
Power word kill
Does
is
Ulrich have any
instantaneous.
more spell slots? Because he got his reaction
And
back.
as Ulrich does this,
Oh.
what are your last words, Ulrich?
Oh!
My story was always going to end here. You still have more to do.
As
A
this
paladin is... Say,
Go.
go.
No, go.
A paladin is sworn to valor. His heart knows only virtue. His blade defends the helpless. His might upholds the weak. His word speaks only truth. And his wrath undoes the wicked.
And as he says this, his body gleams with enough light that it appears that he has become like a sun. And his patron, the Lady Ashlyn, channels that into a beam and fires it directly at the creature, dealing... I'll roll the damage. See how much damage he does with this. Oh, that's good for you guys in a lot of ways. Because this also heals all of you. Dealing 104 damage to the creature and healing you all for 52 HP. As Ulrich's body falls and is falling right towards you, Draco. Do you catch his body as he falls?
Yeah, of course I catch his body as he falls.
As you catch
I
his
named
body,
him.
he feels lighter in your arms. Ulrich, you look down and see your legs have turned into dust. And your arms follow. You have one last chance to say something to Draco. Do you want to say anything to the man who set you on your path?
Draco, thank you for giving me my name. The paladin that gave me my name, Uruk. I remembered it was you. Thank you for making me believe I could be a hero too.
And then his body completely turns to dust in your arms, Draco. And
What?
blows away.
But what about the soup?
Ulrich No Name has perished.
What just happened?
Ulrich died to save Helia from the same fate that befell many of her own people. And he dealt not quite a killing blow to the creature, but it is now well beyond bloodied. And you each heal for 52 hit points. And Ulrich No Name is no more. And that's the end. That's where Ulrich's story ends. Feel free to stay and watch, though, Charles.
Get out of the call.
So Helia,
Can't be here
you are knocked out of your. No, get back here! Get your face back!
We need you for formatting.
Yes.
How
So
dare y'all?
So, Helia, as you are knocked back, you see all this happen. You are no longer restrained, and Ulrich has just saved your life. At the cost of his own. And you can't sense his soul.
Okay.
And
There's...
do you have a reaction to that?
I was gonna say that, like, everything going on with that being pushed out of the way, seeing her sister, just everything, Helia lets out this inhuman shriek to the point where, yeah, she's been pretty chill, pretty cool this whole time. Very much gives off the, like, dual tonal energy, like, two voices to the point where you understand that she is not human, she is indeed Fae. Eyes glow bright, white yellow like the sun, and give off fire. Wings flame back up in a blinding light, and I'm gonna cast Firestorm.
Okay, that will use up your turn when it does get to your initiative.
It is my turn, isn't it? Isn't it?
The spider wasn't done, but I'll let you do this now. And the spider's turn will continue after. That's fine. Do your Firestorm. Okay. It's a dex save, right? Unfortunately, no longer...
Hex is gone.
Yep. But that is only a 21 save.
Oh, that's still higher than my save.
Poor Ulrich.
I just want to see if I can do anything with the channel.
We're getting through this fight faster than I thought. This may be the final episode.
Oh, God, where to go? Oh, the dice. 31 fire damage.
Ooh. He is hurting bad from what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the rest of his turn, he still has attacks. This fight is not over, but Ulrich did deal a crippling blow. He's gonna, you know what, just because I'm an asshole. Bye, Ulrich.
Don't do this.
He's going to respond by doing his multi-attack first, and the 4 attacks he's going for. Wait, where did Aaron even go on the map? Oh, he's way back there.
I'm all the way back here.
This creature is going to just go stab, 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 stab. First one's going for L. Does a 23 hit?
Just like a little bit.
Just like a little bit? Okay, no. So that is 24 piercing damage.
Okay.
Next for Draco. That is a 17 to hit. I don't think that hits.
No, try again.
Next one to Helia.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 30 to hit.
Miss.
No.
You actually rolled too high.
Yeah. Just kind of
that
overshoots.
is 28 piercing damage.
Okay.
And
Pick
next
up.
next one, 4th leg attack at 1D. Are you gonna
Roll
warding
with
flare?
disadvantage.
Are you gonna? Oh, roll at disadvantage. Okay, good.
Disadvantage because I'm trying to dodge.
That is
He has disadvantage in me too.
that is a 29 to hit.
Oh, yeah. That's
It's still what I rolled again for disadvantage. Helia, that's still what I hit.
That's fine.
D4.
I keep forgetting.
Ow.
And that's gonna be that's 3 6s and a 5.
Try to dodge, but tripped.
So that's 23.
Distracted by that.
That's
giant,
35
like,
piercing damage.
Yes.
It's 35 piercing.
25?
35.
35. Oh.
And then instead of the bite attack, he's going to turn his gaze to Aaron and open his mouth again and let out a big blob of like black web that is looks like it's also made of light, created by the light moths in his mouth. He's using their bodies to fuel
How
light
about-
magic.
Rude.
Maybe not.
Hey, I'm imagining, Storm, that you're gonna warding flare that nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh, you might. You don't need to.
I'm going to.
Because
Well, I rolled again, and it's another nat 20.
Hey!
Well, funny thing about that, I have adamantine armor on,
Okay, well that's still a.
so it's a normal hit. It's not a crit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Warding Flare at least makes him reroll. I also have Guardian Emblem, which negates it, kind of like the adamantine. I just had a Cole
wonder
gets no
how
nat
you,
20s.
How do they justify adamantine armor negating a crit, like in world? You know what I mean? Like out of world, it makes sense. Like, oh, that's awesome.
I
But,
feel like it's
in-world,
like
how does that work?
vibranium.
Oof.
Like gonna
That
be-
is that's
It's just like
that's
some of the damage. You're like, oh yeah, it's not as good.
damage. Radiant damage. And then that's his turn. He's mad.
Lightweight.
All right. After the fear demon,
Lightweight, no reaction.
Helia, you already did your turn.
Yeah. How do you... I always forget. Bonus action spells. How
You
do
can do them as
this?
long as they specifically say they're a bonus action.
So I could do a spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm
Is
gonna...
it gonna look like Ulrich?
No? That's weird. A weapon.
I'm like there. I've just held the. I've got the ashes of Ulrich on my hands, and I turn. There's like a light version of Ulrich beside me. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'll do spiritual weapon. Oh, do I have spell slots
Okay.
for that? Yes, I do. Okay. Just to make sure. And I'll say it looks like a will-o-wisp.
Okay.
A little fire spirit.
Is it gonna try to attack?
It is. Or that's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah.
It's getting so close, guys.
For 11 force damage.
Okay. All right. Who's next? Draco. Because Ulrich's dead.
Dude, okay, so I wanted to clarify this. He turns to does he turn to ash or does he turn to like dust?
He turns to dust. He is no more.
Is that-
There's nothing left of Ulrich No Name. Except his shield. Just clanged onto the ground.
As a free action, can I bite my thumb enough to draw blood and just draw a line down my forehead?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna look up at this spider with this dust still sort of settling around me, sort of seeing this firestorm that's happened from Helia, sort of watching these attacks, easily sort of like sidestepping this attack from the spider as all of my attention is now focused in like a dissociative episode, and I think look up, and I think I'll say, I named him. He is blood of my blood. And I will take blood for my blood. And I'm going to try and attack him.
Roll to hit. Also, Jake just came in for like 2 seconds to lay his head on your bed and then walked out.
I know, he's so cute. Does a 22, we said exactly hits, yeah?
Exactly hit.
Come on, baby. All right. I'm going to... Another 4th level spell slot to Divine Smite.
And I have good
Oh.
news for you. Because of Ulrich's sacrifice, he is no longer resistant to radiant damage.
Come on, you stupid insect, baby. Come on. All right. Hang on.
Don't be
hang on.
derogatory. Hold on.
Let's see. Sorry, yeah, no, that was... I'm sorry, I meant that spider. Maybe arachnid is better. I'm sorry. I should have said arachnid.
Meanwhile, the insect in your party's like, hey!
Yeah, right. Yeah, dude.
You're all
Okay, I
good.
get you're mad at me. You don't have to misgender me, Jesus. Okay. 9 plus... And that's going to be 78.
78 radiant damage. This...
Jesus.
See what you got.
Come on. Give me something cool.
Alright.
That's 36 plus 9, so that's going to be 45. And I'm going to try and attack again.
How would you like to do this?
I think this smite is born. So he draws this line of blood, and there's just this like emptiness behind his eyes, as there's so much information to process in this moment that it's impossible to really remain present. This friend that he knows dies, is turned to dust, sacrificing themselves for another friend. This warlock would-be paladin, who has probably more paladin ideals than he ever will, dying as he's turned to dust, and reminding him in the last moments before his entire body is gone that he was the one that named him. And I think that this kill is one of the first moments where Draco feels that he's avenging almost a family member, and there's not just a need to kill this thing because it's the right thing to do, but a rage to kill this thing because it's what he wants to do. He wants to kill this thing because he needs that blood. So I think this kill is this like clambering up the leg, sort of like using the halberd as like a vault to get closer to the head. And as he says, blood for my blood, I think he just takes that halberd and like sticks it into one of its eye sockets and just drives it in with everything he has. And this sort of inhuman scream, sort of similar to Helia in that moment where you're like, oh yeah, he's not just a regular dude. He's like this fey creature, as this like eruption of like vocal energy matched by like the elements around him as leaves turn to their like more natural red and orange and sort of fall colors around him, as this halberd like sinks deep into the spider's head and he sort of rides it down. And I think Brutus, for his part, sort of just like shrieks into the air with like lightning breath. So it's just a cool scene is what I think.
So you guys watch as Draco plunges it down, and the creature's head splits open entirely, revealing its insides are made entirely of the beings it has consumed. And all of this, they burst into light and shadow, souls flying everywhere, and he is no more. And you all have slain the fear demon as everything around you, all the spiders die. And you all see everything around you shift and change, and you find yourself on the other side of the forest with a grand castle in front of you. And before we get into a roleplay, you hear a voice just say, "Well done. Please, my guests, join me for dinner. Although I suppose I'll have to remove a place." And that's where we're going to take our break. And when we come back, we're going to get into some roleplay and then move into the Night Father's Keep. Find out what awaits us inside. And mourn Ulrich's loss. So with that, we'll see you all when we get back.
Evil.
Welcome back, everybody. I have returned to traumatize them even more as Ulrich's finally getting his meal in the afterlife. And also one thing that, this is a little flavor from me. Draco, in your hand is a piece of paper that Ulrich has kept since childhood. You unfold it, and it's a picture of it's a stick figure. It says Ulrich, and he, like in all caps, with him, and then it shows a much taller man. It says, "The knight who named me." And his shield is at your feet.
I think then the paper is sort of clutched in trembling hands. Draco is not sure what he's feeling. As he has sort of withdrawn this halberd from the corpse of the demon of fear, with put it back on his back along with his floating shield, the hope of any sort of recompense or feeling of the void being filled by this vengeance is immediately nullified, right? There is just this feeling of emptiness as the demon's dead and his friend is still gone. As he stares down at this paper, realizing how much he meant to someone that he really never remembered more than as a passing moment, I think there's a definitive shift that happens for Draco, where he has to come to terms with the fact that someone who is everything that a paladin should be died so quickly and so easily and almost silently. He picks up the shield, I think, as he sort of folds this paper gently and tucks it, I think, into one of the pouches that he wears. He'll pick up the shield very gently. And I think he becomes introverted in a way that he's never been up to this point.
I will say Brutus just fly over and he just puts his head down and touches his nose against your cheek. And you can look and Brutus is shedding tears. But
I look to Brutus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no. You go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think there's a moment where he just sort of turns to Brutus and sort of puts a hand sort of on the snout, almost as if to a horse, almost in that sort of motion of just a connection, right? Of just the hand pressing, and it's grief in a way that I think Draco's not felt really. For the most part, he's been sort of a solo act. The grief that he's felt has been pretty distant. So to have this feeling of sort of realizing and recognizing there's a family member of his and they're dead all in one is enough to sort of take this very extroverted, very c'est la vie, carefree paladin, and he just sort of wears this heavy silence. Yeah.
And back over Helia, in front of you on the ground, there is one body left from the creature. Your sister. Mm-hmm. She's lying there, no soul in her eyes, a husk.
Mm-hmm. I'll go over, pretty immediately, but uncertainly. There's a bit of a weird hesitancy. Essentially kind of wondering if this is another trick or a trap or...
You feel a connection you haven't felt in a while, and it's almost as if Cedros doesn't say anything, but he places his hand on your shoulder, as if kind of reassuring you. It's her.
Mm-hmm. Healy will kneel down next to the body, and she's gonna take an amulet that she has of their house crest and put it on her sister's chest and just like tuck her sister's hands over top of it, and then without a word, I'm going to cast Sacred Flame to burn the body.
Body burns away, and it almost seems like her body smiles. And the light returns to her eyes for a moment. And she's at peace. As her body turns into ash. And before you all is the looming tower of Alagos the Night Father. But before you head on to that, obviously we'll let you talk about yourselves. Draco, you see a woman standing where Ulrich stood. Long golden hair, red and gold plate armor, holding a sword that looks like Ulrich's. And she just turns and looks at the whole group, waves her hand, and you all get the benefit of a long rest. And she just looks at you, Draco, and as you're looking at her, she appears instantly, like right in front of your face, and she just goes, "Don't let it be for nothing. End this."
Draco looks at her with a hurt, again, that he's never experienced, and there's a lot of emotion that he doesn't know how to process. It's turning itself into anger because that's what he understands best. And so as she says this, he sort of processes it in this moment of like vulnerable pain as an accusation. And so he looks at her as she says, "Don't let it be for nothing," and he just grits his teeth, stares her down and says, "It was for nothing. You killed the spider, and he's dead. Who cares? You could have killed the spider at any time, right? You could have shot a bolt of light at any time, but you waited until he died because that made it special enough for you to shoot your bolt of light and kill the spider."
He had...
Yeah, don't worry.
She looks at you. That was not his moment. That was not his end. It was his triumph. He will live on in another way. She just kind of smiles and she goes, "He'll be watching over you, Draco."
You should have been standing beside me.
She just kind of shakes her head and just goes, "Nothing to fix that now. What you can fix is what caused it. You and your little group. Just be sure," she looks at Elle, "that she stabs him in the heart. End it for good." And she disappears. And in your pocket you feel some delicious pocket bacon.
God damn it.
Not the bacon.
A last gift from Ulrich.
I cannot.
Now, before you all enter Alagos's tower, does anyone want to talk to each other about anything?
Was there anything left of the spider to cook? And soup in his honor?
I'll give y'all.
Must cook soup.
There is a piece of the leg, Wandy.
I think he'll go pick up the leg and be like, I don't know how to cook, but this is what he wanted.
Wandy picking up a dead thing's leg?
Yes. And he's just like,
Character development, folks.
Draco, I think Draco seeing this moment will come and take it from you, knowing that you're just dying on the inside holding this like bloody leg stump. Not without a very somewhat sarcastic, very well chosen, my liege. Your worshipfulness, we will find a way to cook this, I'm sure. But I think even in the sarcasm, it's all hollow, right? Like everything that at this moment that Draco's, it's just not really him. He's just not really there. But I will turn to Helia holding this bloody stump of a leg to see how they're doing after not only seeing them take an outrageous amount of damage, but also recognizing the scream that they made after. I don't know. I'm sure we all saw what was in the mouth, or was that
everyone? Like, oh no, Aaron saw because it turned and looked at Aaron afterwards and did the same thing. So you all saw there was about a couple hundred of moth fae bodies in its mouth.
cool.
So while I don't know specifically, I do get the premise of the scream.
Yeah.
So I think turn to see what the state of Helia is.
She's still kneeling over where she found her sister's body. Just kind of watching the like white blue embers die, and can't necessarily tell if this is like sitting in prayer or full dissociation, but she is not really moved since she cast that spell.
Could I roll for insight in any way to see if it is a prayer or if it is like a moment of like mourning? If it's a prayer, I don't want to interrupt. If it is a moment of mourning, I think he would appreciate at least silent company. But if it's unclear at all, then I'll just say he avoids going over.
Okay, give me an insight roll.
Okay.
Elle, you see Helia acting like this. Is there anything you would like to do?
No.
Elle is traumatized because she just made a friend before that fight happened. And she hasn't had friends before.
I forgot. They had bonded right before the fight.
Yeah.
And the tears are just flowing, and she cannot believe that Ulrich's gone. And she is conflicted, whether that's her fault, whether she should have prevented him from going over to save Helia. She feels like she should have been the one to go in front of Helia instead of Ulrich. And she's just kind of separated herself from the group, staring, and she's not really there right now. She's not sure what to do.
Okay. What'd you get, Draco?
I wanted to make an offering because I think I rolled pretty low, but I was wondering if I could offer a reason for that. If that is like, if I could see instead that Elle is upset about this, if that is distracting enough that I'm like, okay, obviously Helia's having this moment. Could I like at least offer the shield to Elle instead, realizing that there is this moment of like distress?
Yes.
And like conflict. I just think that like something is better than nothing, and I feel at least to some extent a similar loss. So as I'm looking at Helia, sort of wondering what's going on, I hear this sort of like stifled sob, and I turn to Elle and I sort of, it's not awkward, but it is somber as I sort of take this shield and sort of like offer it to you. And there aren't really words, so I just sort of silently offer you this shield, knowing that something is better than nothing. And then I think I'll just leave you in your moment, because I don't know what to say, and I don't know what to do for myself, so I don't know what to say to you, but I guess I'll kind of like sit in like a close, like 10 to 15 feet away. I'll just sort of like sit for a moment and take a breath.
L, the shield, feels like Ulrich.
Well, first of all, when Elle picks up the shield from Draco, they've kind of had this relationship where they've never really talked to each other, but they had this kind of like we're good, you know, relationship. So when she looks at him, she totally understands like the way that he's feeling is the same way that she's feeling as well. So she's just gonna nod at him.
He nods back, yeah.
Shield. And she's gonna sort of like feel Ulrich's energy from it and just press her forehead against it and just be like, rest in peace, my friend. You've made good bacon, and we will make sure to cook some spider soup in your honor. And she's gonna sit beside Draco, put the shield down, and kind of like in between them both, and just kind of put her hands on the shield. Just breathe.
Aaron, do you have anything you would like to do right now?
I think Aaron is standing. I don't think Aaron has moved from where he was, ended up in this area when we landed in front of this castle. He's still just kind of. It's very Legolas when Boromir died. Like he's kind of still facing where the spider was, just kind of standing there with his bow in his hand, like mostly his back to the group. But I think he is like borderline. He's not in shock, but he's having traveled by himself for so long. He hasn't really had a companion die in this way, and so I think he's just kind of standing there, very slowly processing it. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
with a somewhat defeated posture, somewhat confused by the whole thing.
As you're all in mourning, you all feel like a warmth in the back of your head, and you hear Ulrich say,
Your course doesn't end here. Finish the fight.
and then you feel no traces of him left, as that was his last will. To tell you all to keep fighting, and to save everything.
Damn you, wait. No.
And this moment of grief, the doors to Alagos's tower slowly open. Well, do come inside. You wouldn't want to be rude guests. After all, Ulrich detested rudeness.
Wendy is
Okay.
not a people person already, and like seeing everybody, he's like he does not know how to comfort anybody right now, or even deal with what he's doing. At least the legs handed off, and now he's just like, I think he's just gonna go straight for the door, just in panic mode of I don't know how to talk to anybody right now. I don't know what to do.
Aaron will go.
So many humans feeling emotions.
Aaron will go into
So many
like automatic mode and just kind of follow behind Wendy.
Oh, the prince and his knight. Welcome.
I think that it just makes everything feel worse for Draco, right? Of this moment where it's like, well, he's dead. Onwards and upwards, gang. Watching them walk into the tower, hearing the voice say that it's the moment's past, right? They're moving on, and I don't think, again, Draco's ever had to process this information, so having it on a timeline is just a horrible place to be. And in addition, for Draco, there is nothing worse than a story or a life being taken before its time, right? To be of the fall court is sort of these stewards of death, right? This like things dying in their due course. That's how it's supposed to go. But to be taken before that by this demon of fear, it's so many noises in his head. I think.
And he was only in his mid-20s, which for the rest of you, that is so young.
Baby.
Baby.
Still older than me.
I do think then, yeah, it's just I think that like as this voice says the prince and his knight, I think Draco just sort of like loses it a little bit and like just stands up and screams again in this like frustration and fury against what's happening. And then I think just sort of like sinks back into the futility of all of it, of realizing that what's it gained him? Like all the wrath, all the power in the world didn't make a difference for Ulrich. Why would it make a difference for anybody? As his scream sort of silently returns to his own ears as he's sort of left in this forest with the leg of the spider that killed the only family member he really had. And even then, he only knew for the moments he died. He's just going to sort of like throw this spider leg over his shoulder and I think he's going to sit for as long as he possibly can, and just sort of like in this moment. I think he's going to wait until everybody has entered this tower before he makes a movement.
Okay.
Just hoping that he can undo something.
So Aaron and Wandy have walked in. Who is going to be the next to get up? Helia or Elle?
I think once Helia hears Ulrich's voice, it kind of starts her out of that dissociation episode. So looks up and kind of reassesses what everyone else is doing. Kind of comes back to the whole situation. And stands back up and looks over to Elle.
Elle's gonna look back at Helia and realize that Helia has been going through a lot as well, and she kind of like brings herself back to her usual self, looks at Draco, kind of sees that he is in this like depressive state where he kind of needs to be alone, so she's just gonna let him be and come over to Helia and hold her hands and ask her if she's okay. Are you okay?
I lost my sister a very long time ago. It's always been a bit of a wonder what happens. But I didn't realize how truly horrible this creature was. I'm sad to see her go, and I'm sad that this creature has taken so many of my people, but she's finally at peace, and that's about all I can ask for. I'm still sad about Ulrich, though.
Ulrich was being Ulrich. He to save you, and I truly think that should have been me. I'm glad you found your sister. I'm glad you helped her find peace. And I'm glad this horrid demon is dead. And I hope that Alagos meets the same fate soon enough.
We'll make sure of it. I promise you.
Thanks. And Ella's gonna sort of bring her forehead to Helios.
Mm-hmm.
And see if she will kind of do the same. And just kind of like breathe for a moment.
Take a minute.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that, Healy will just bring her into like a full hug, fairly tightly, and then say, I think we need to make sure the others don't get too far ahead of us.
Ella's gonna take a big deep breath and say, hey, you're right. I think Draco needs a moment though, so let's go meet the others and hopefully Draco can catch up with us.
As we pass Draco though, I won't fully stop unless he does stop me, but I will like reach down because I think you said you were kneeling. We'll reach down and like squeeze your shoulder pretty firmly, trying to essentially ground you.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you feel the shoulder tense, like as you grab it, sort of as like a response, almost like coming out of the dissociation. But he's not gonna like stop your movement at all. He will wait until you guys have left. Take a moment after you guys sort of like walk, and I think just sits in the silence a little bit, almost like a mixture of a smile and a sob come to his throat as he kind of imagines that if this were happening in any other situation, it would probably be Ulrich who had stayed behind to say something obnoxiously optimistic to him. And it's just like out of the periphery of his vision, he feels like, Ulrich's just about to walk around the corner of a tree and say something, but he knows that he's not.
You do kind of look over your shoulder in your periphery too. Something does catch your eye, and Healy will have druid crafted just a small bluebell, summer flower, from her court, just onto his shoulder.
He sort of like surrounds it with like what looks like a little hedge of like autumn leaves, sort of in that shoulder pauldron that he has, sort of trying to keep it safe and protect it for as long as he can. The shield, did you leave the shield there, or did you take it with you, El?
I would have taken it with me.
Okay, great.
Token, yeah.
So nothing left, dust to dust, ashes to ashes. And I think in that silence, he'll leave that moment. I think because there's nothing left, he's going to leave with a sort of sense of finality, of almost doom. I think his imagining of like what fall means has changed. Rather than being like this like careful stewardship of like life into death, it's now, you don't know when it's going to happen. It might take you before you're supposed to go. It might come when you're not expecting it. Who knows? And who cares? Certainly not the people who are supposed to care. They couldn't care less. They're just going to make an awesome symbol of their power out of your death and let everyone around you know how great they thought you were while you were alive. And with that, he's going to follow his friends into this tower with a newfound sense of doubt and anger, of like a rage at these powers that would play with the lives of mortals who mattered to the people around them.
So as you all walk towards the door, the open door has like a black, it seems like a light too. And as you get closer, of course, in your minds, Helia, you hear, "Oh yes, do what you do best. Come toward the light."
In this case, I think I am the light, and I will show you what that truly means.
El, you hear in your head, "Excellent work, my puppet. Brought me everything I need." And then as Draco, as you walk in, it's like, "The mighty Paladin. I expected more. Aren't heroes supposed to save people?"
I think Draco feels the weight of that accusation. I don't think I'm a hero then.
No argument here. As you all enter through the light, you are in a throne room with a long table. Sitting in a throne made of black glass is Alagos, and you see him in person for the first time. He has long, what look like antlers, horns with many different flowers sprouting from it. A halo, a black halo, and two black angels' wings. And Helia and Draco, you both feel he feels both infernal and celestial. Helia, can everyone give me a history check? The DC will be higher for everyone but Helia and Draco because they might have been taught about this kind of creature.
Would help if I rolled well. Okay, that's not awful. 15.
Okay.
14.
19.
Yo!
20.
Wow.
13.
You got 20, L?
Yep.
19, Wendy? So 4 of you realize that this, from your teachings, this is no demon. This is no angel. This is no god, really. This is not even a fae. This is a Nephilim. Half god, half archdevil. Only one has existed in history that you know of. The child of the dark god Caius, and Hell, the first archdevil of the Hells. That Nephilim was killed. And for you, Helia and El, since your connection to this being, I'll just go ahead and say for you, this is the first Nephilim. The one never recorded in history. The son of Godfrey, god of war.
Figures.
Jacob's nemesis. Not any. Specifically Jacob.
And his mother is Devian, the second strongest archdevil. The archdevil of battle. And he is much larger and more imposing than you had anticipated him. And he's sitting on his throne, and chained up above him is the person you were sent to save, Rena Bliss. Blood dripping from her feet. Still alive.
Here.
Still alive. And he just looks at you and goes, "Welcome, my guests. I must thank you all so much. You've shown me everything I need to know about everything. And I think I've turned over a new leaf. He hovers Reno Bliss above you and then drops her. She lands in front of you. Take the girl. Slings hand, portal opens next to him. Go home. That's what you came here for, right? To save the girl.
Can I see what his motive seems to be at this moment? Is he scared?
Give me insight check. And Draco, give me perception. And Aaron, specifically. Because I feel like I feel like Elle is too focused on Alagos to be worrying about anything else in the room.
Perception.
30-20.
Very focused on him.
Perception, yeah. Dirty 20? Okay.
Randy's checking out that glass throne. I'm just kidding. Ooh.
It's the most conventional glass throne ever. So what'd you get, Aaron?
So basic.
What'd you get, Aaron?
23.
Draco?
21.
You guys notice there are 12 crystals on the walls around you guys. Each one with a symbol representing one of the overlords. And though you have only killed 2, 10 of them are shattered. And Helia, with your insight, he's not really afraid, but he is weakened. Substantially. You guys aren't the only one who's been killing overlords.
Can I check on the girl that he dropped?
Yeah, give me. She's stable. She's unconscious, but she's stabilized. This is Edith Bliss's daughter. She's a beautiful high elf woman, raven hair, wearing a purple dress and golden eyes.
Could I possibly make an Arcana check to determine if the portal that has been opened leads to where it seems to, or if it is perhaps a trap?
Yeah, sure. Give me an Arcana check.
Nat 20 for a 34.
It indeed does lead you back to Midgard.
I'm gonna kind of do the tired side eye to Draco, just kind of and just slowly start reaching the hand back to the quiver that's on the back of my belt.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, please go.
He sighs, looks up. Very well. And he looks directly at Elle, and I need a charisma saving throw, Elle.
Can I take the girl to this portal?
Yes.
And try and at least put her through?
You can.
Yeah, right.
Please tell Ruka that her sister got chucked through a portal.
I will.
Oh,
I know he's gonna probably do it gently, but I'm just like...
Just imagine Draco, you really shouldn't be here.
I think what I'd like to do if I can is, as I'm sort of carrying her towards this portal, I'd like to use a couple of points from my lay on hands just so she's conscious. I'd like to give her this drawing. I know it doesn't mean anything to her, but it means everything to me, and I have a feeling I'm not going to survive this fight. So I give her this drawing as she's delirious, I'm sure, from just waking up. And I'm shoving her through a portal, and I'm a person she's never seen before, and I'm also covered in leaves and one randomly blue flower. And I'm I think I'll just say, tell them... I don't say anything. I just hand her the drawing and shove her through the portal.
We're just gonna headcanon he opened it in Lady Bliss's office, and that Gareth just catches her, and he's like, what?
She's just holding a drawing of a stick figure that says Ulrich and the knight who named me, and she's like, I don't know what this means, but this is the only thing he gave me.
It's some
no
kind of
information. Yeah, it must mean something, right?
Okay, so once we start this fight is going to be short and intense. And we're wrapping up the main plot, and then maybe an epilogue. Al, what was your charisma save?
Okay, well,
30.
first of all, while she's doing the saves, she is gripping onto that dagger that Behemoth gave her. And like her knuckles are white, and she's like just trying to contain herself from not like rushing towards Alagos to just drive the dagger through his heart. And for the charisma throw, it says I have advantage against being charmed, so that means I can roll twice, right? For this.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
If she'll
because the first
allow,
roll was
Helia
really
has
good.
her other hands that does not have the dagger.
Oh my god, everything is so bad. Okay.
Big money.
I have +1 from the Cloak of Protection, so 16 will be my saving throw.
And do you... Yeah, how close... Oh, he ran across the room, didn't he?
Yep.
I don't
So-
know how far.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't think about that until
Helia,
afterwards.
for a moment, you look as Elle, her face, her eyes change to the same color as Alagos's. For a moment, and her hands sparkle with lightning, and she looks right at you, only for you guys to see a hand come out of the shield, touch her forehead. And what did you want to say, Ulrich?
I didn't die for you to fail now.
And
It's rude.
legendary resistance. You pass the save.
Jesus.
And that is the last thing Ulrich will ever do on this plane of existence.
Oh my god.
And then, roll initiative.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah.
Quick. This is going to be a quick boss fight, but it's going to be the big one.
Ah! Rude.
Yep.
7. Makes
7?
sense. I just like shot through a portal, yeah.
Okay.
Roll a 5 on the die.
Draco 7. Wandy.
12.
Aaron.
21.
Helia.
5.
It looks like it's going to be Alagos and then all of you. L.
19.
It's Alagos and then all of you. Him, being the first sorcerer, puts his hands together. He's the grandson of the creator god, let's be clear here. He's gonna pull his hands together, and you see him channeling 6 spells at once.
Oh.
What do you mean?
First, going to Aaron, is a 9th level lightning bolt.
Bring it, bitch.
Dex save, Aaron.
Oh, well, perfect.
He's Speedy Boy.
If anybody needed to make a dex save, it's
Real.
him.
Not too great. Only a 26.
You're gonna take half damage.
Great. Oh wait, hang on. Do I? No.
You are not that high enough level in Rogue to get.
Oh no, I meant. I thought I might have lightning resistance from it.
Yeah, no, you do not. No, in fact, lightning is the thing you hate so much.
I've come to terms with it. I've processed it. He
Okay.
processed
Brutus
that
is
trauma like 5 levels ago.
9, 10, 11,
Yeah,
12,
Brutus is a
13.
fun, loving dragon, you know? He brings a certain, like, je ne sais
does.
quoi to the
12,
damage
13.
type.
That's 14d6 lightning damage.
We're good,
Light work.
actually, thank you.
No reaction.
Light work.
That's a lot of 6s.
Universal resistance potion. I just don't.
You do have it.
Yeah. Can I use my bonus action in the meantime to drink it?
Sure. Since we're in the final fight, why not?
You're like watching Aaron get struck with lightning. You're like, you know what? I may actually probably want to drink these. He's like,
So that's
like if you were there in the fight, Luke's getting shocked, and you're like,
that
I'm
was
gonna drink this.
that was so many 6s. That is 84 lightning damage, half to 42.
Light work. No reaction.
For
Little
Helia,
kick to it.
this is a 9th level Dethrone, which is a necrotic spell, and if you fail the save, it is going to, if you pass the save, you just take the roll damage. If you fail, you take plus 50. So, give me a con save.
Okay.
Hit me with your best shot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
It's not a lot of roll damage if you do
Okay.
pass, but it is.
That's a... I can't do math. 22.
That fails.
I'm gonna use lucky.
You're like 22 fails. What?
Don't think I can beat that, honestly.
Oh,
Yeah, 17 and 18, so 22 and a...
Okay. So you take 95 necrotic damage. And the counterspeller died!
Yeah, tell me about it. I watched it happen.
Oh, and since it's 6 spells, one of you's getting double spelled. You're gonna take the Ulrich spell, and it's either gonna go to El or Draco. I'm gonna roll for it because those were his besties. Also, Brutus is not here. Brutus couldn't enter the tower.
Yeah, where's Brutus? No! That was very rude.
It's gonna go to Draco. Is who it's gonna go to.
Okay, so to Wandy.
Whatever I gotta do to draw the spell, I'll do it.
You get
You
get a homebrew spell, Wandy. Aren't you happy?
Sure. These are, let me clarify, these are individual spells being shot at all
Yes,
of us,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I
Wandy.
have the ring of spell turning. So I want to...
Wandy, I need you to give me a dex save for a 9th level spell.
Okay, roll it twice, that ring. Where am I? Dex. Good. That first one was a 2. Okay, please.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, thank God.
Remember your plus.
Okay,
It's fine.
24.
Wow.
That's 24 save.
You exactly pass.
Ah!
Woo!
You take, but you're gonna take half damage from this 9th level spell, just simply known as Stone Spike, as from the ground beneath you, 6 massive spikes made of stone at you, and that is 5d20 piercing damage, or 6d20 piercing damage.
That's not what the D20's for.
It
It's
is.
illegal.
That's why it's
No,
not allowed.
Jacob, my GM for Call of Cthulhu rolls sanity damage with 2d20. Like a psycho.
Illegal.
So
How much damage?
73 piercing because he rolled bad, halved to
Halved.
36.
36. And then he's gonna be knocked back, but he's gonna stand up and his cloak's gonna billow. And he's gonna point at him and do Hellish Rebuke.
Okay,
Yeah.
dex save, right?
Eat him.
Fucking JoJo moment.
That is a
Yeah.
that is a 19.
Jotaro.
Very rude. Yeah, he just looks like he's pointing at you. That's fine.
Okay. He still takes half
But you
damage.
take half damage. So. So 18, so just 9 damage, but
Okay.
little.
He just looks at you
Sure.
and just goes, "Oh, are you actually going to do something in this battle?" The next one going to L is a 9th level spell, a charisma save, Mind Shatter.
Let's go. Okay.
He's using all his 9th level spell slots in this turn, by the way.
Most don't have more than one.
He's got 6.
Gross.
Dang.
Okay, so I have 21.
That fails. You're going to take the full necrotic damage. Let's get those 9d12s rolled.
Ow.
9d12 is crazy.
That is going to be 81 necrotic damage. And you
How does
feel...
my universal resistance work?
Okay, so that is going to be... So that is going to be halved to 46.
Nice.
But you still feel a piece of your brain split for a second. And you lose a memory. And I'm going to do a random roll to see what memory you lose.
Oh my god.
Okay, I rolled low on the percentile die, so that's good. But also, you lose the memory of the first time Ulrich gave you bacon. Not your big moment right before the fight. You don't lose the big moment with him before the fight, but the first time.
And
And
he's gonna like scream as the memory disappears. He's gonna feel like something is like digging something out of her brain.
I also am just gonna say I picked the fucking music choice great for this finale.
Ow.
This is just the battle
yeah.
theme for the sad music we had before. This is the battle version. And Draco, coming your way is a 9th level, just a straight up blight. So I need a wisdom save. I think it's wisdom. Hold on. Let me
What's
double
the
check.
damage?
Wait, hold on.
I think Blade is con.
Con save. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Ah, wish it was wisdom, but that's fine. That's fine. How does should be a 23 plus 3, so 26.
You're gonna take half damage.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 d8 necrotic damage. Thankfully halved. I'm honestly surprised that most of you are passing these saving throws.
Some of us did not.
That is going to be 72 necrotic damage, half to 36. And then the final spell, the most damaging.
I was gonna say, I think as this blight is hitting, I've been like I've put her through the portal, and as I'm turning back, watching these spells go off, like I think Draco's sort of just like laughing at it all, like realizing like almost a weight lifted off. He's like been shedding his armor, dropping the floating shield. He's left it behind. He's got this halberd in one hand, dragging on the floor. And he's just sort of like laughing as this blight hits and just sort of like burns a little bit, and sort of like smoke is drifting off of one shoulder, as he's staring up at this creature like, oh, come on.
Ooh.
You gotta have better than that.
So,
You gotta have better than that. Come on.
his last spell, I'm actually it's going to appear in the middle of all of you. A black star. It's going to start to pulsate, and he's going to cast Dark Star. I'm going to give an option. Either everyone makes a strength saving throw, or Draco can take all of it.
Oh, you know what's about to happen. Draco steps forward
No.
as this begins to form.
No. No,
Draco
guess what?
steps forward as
We're
this
not
begins
letting
to
you.
form.
No, we won't let
Draco's
you.
stepping forward as Draco's going to step forward as it's about to form. I think there is. I wonder if there's some sort of spell that I can cast that keeps you guys away from this, because I think for him, it's this clear moment of the story coming into fruition, right? So he takes this halberd that he's held so dearly for so long, and he sort of like takes like a leaf, sticks it on, and throws it back. And as he turns back, obviously seeing you guys like sort of trying to stop him, he's just gonna sort of smile, and he's like, "It's what fall does. It fades, right? It dies. That's the whole point. And if that's the worst you got, then I'm fine. Come on."
Okay. Give me a strength saving throw, Draco. Actually, how much HP does he have? What'd you get?
Oh no.
That is it. 19
That fails.
with one of the lowest dice rolls I've made tonight.
All right. You take full damage. Oh no. Is
Oh,
that
God.
really? You take
Oh,
You take 147
Oh,
necrotic damage.
stop it.
He took that damage because he took it for all of you, and he failed the save. He took double damage.
I think it's if I may, I think it's
Sorry, force damage, but still.
yeah. Well, yeah. I think Describe what this black star looks like as it makes contact, and I think I'll
So,
describe how Draco
as you all
do
see,
it.
you all see this dark star appear before you, and you feel massive amounts of power radiating. As Draco jumps, and I'm gonna hit it, he puts his arms and curls himself over it, like someone jumping, like Steve Rogers jumping on a grenade. And it gets quiet. And you all of you just hear a subtle boom. And you see, this doesn't instantly kill him, but several holes explode out of Draco's body. Out of his midsection, his shoulders, his arm is blown off. And all that's left, there's a big force that spreads past, goes past each of you, hits the walls, starts to crumble the building. And Alagos just, he falls and he just starts,
Stab him, Val!
it's like, why couldn't you just let them all die? Foolish little thing! I'll tear your entire house to bits once I'm done with you and your weak gods! I'll enjoy devouring your soul, and then I'll devour Brutus, and then I'll kill Bahamut myself, and take his blasted soul to the chasm, and obliterate him!
I think he just sort of laughs, and he looks with like this like very pained breath in your direction, Al, and he's just like, "Hey, do me a favor. Kill that son of a bitch, please." And then he's gonna fade into unconsciousness.
As Draco falls to the ground in front of you, he is down, but not dead. And Alagos goes, Worm did nothing. I'll kill every one of you, and I will parade your corpses in front of your families as I take over Midgard. I'll use Bahamut's soul to rend the world and destroy everything. You've stopped nothing. Do you not know how weak you all are? And his truth, the facade is dropped. The calm, cool, collected. He is a monster of nothing but rage and fear. Child of a god of war and a devil of anger. And with that, that is his turn. Aaron, you are up first.
After getting hit by the lightning, Aaron kind of curled in and braced himself, and the lightning crackles around him but gets absorbed into the bow, and is just gonna look over at Draco, and then look up at Alagos and just say, "You talk like you know you've already lost. Too much." And then I'm going to shoot him 6 times.
Okay.
Yes.
Get it.
He is acted in combat, so I don't have advantage. I will, to avoid us being bunched up, I will also go 30 feet up into this. Actually, no, I'm going to just kind of walk as I shoot, and just kind of put myself somewhat in front of. Are Helia and Wandi happen to be close to each other?
I think so.
Then I
I
will.
think we were probably closest, yeah.
Then I'll move in between you guys and him just to be a presence. First attack. 28 to hit.
That does indeed hit.
Do you need lightning and regular damage separate?
Yes, but not for the normal reason.
Oh, well then. No one's within 5 feet of him, right?
Of Alagos?
Yeah.
Other than Draco's body.
Damn it.
Do it.
No, he was saying for advantage.
No. I was wanting sneak attack. Don't worry.
Oh,
I
can
I have other shit.
Can Draco just... well, you're missing your left arm, and that's the one closest to him, so... Draco.
I just flop my other arm in his direction. You know?
Stab him!
That is
Action to
Yeah.
throw arm.
13
Yes.
points of magical piercing and 9 points of lightning damage.
So 18 points of lightning damage.
Okay. As that first shot hits and the lightning seems to be more so effective, Aaron just goes, well, that's convenient for me. And it's going to shoot my 5 more shots. I'm just going to roll these in succession. 24 to hit.
That indeed hits. And it doesn't just hit.
Okay. Sorry, it took me a second to process what you said. 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
22 to hit.
22 exactly hits.
Okay.
I'm sorry. 22 hits, but
Okay. 30 to hit.
yeah.
Miss.
Fuck it. I'm gonna do sharpshooter on this last one. I should have been
Hold
doing that. 23 again to hit. So all 5 of those are hits.
Get it.
I will pre-double the lightning damage.
Okay.
And I will give you the total if that makes it easier.
Yes.
Okay. First attack, that is 7, 14, 20, 26 points of damage for the first one. 9, 18, 23, 29 points of damage for the second one.
Shit, Aaron is just about to rip this dude apart.
Listen, man.
Oh, and I think I know what spell L is about to cast.
Oh, and I'm going to add an arcane shot on that last one as well. 16, 21, 27 on the third attack.
Good
2 more.
Shit.
9, 18, 25. 31 for the fourth attack, right? Last one? Last one, which I will also add for shits and gigs. An arcane shot. Let's see. I'll do grasping arrow because why not?
Okay.
He's gonna take 2d6 poison damage. I'll give you that separately in a second. I'll roll the main damage first. So that is 9, 18, 22, 38 points of damage plus 7 points of poison damage. And and his speed is reduced by 10 feet, and he takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each time that he moves.
Okay.
For the next minute, or until any creature uses an action to remove them with an athletics check. And I'll use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay. As you impale him with all these arrows, he's like, No, this isn't how I go. You will all suffer for this. And he's getting a bit more unhinged with every hit he takes. And
Correct.
L, it's your turn.
Okay.
Get
Did
him,
we,
get him.
sorry, did we figure out he's weak to lightning? Like,
He is vulnerable to lightning damage.
I would have called that out.
Huh?
Okay, perfect. Since Elle already used her bonus action, I can only use my action. She sees Draco fall down. She sees Aaron shooting his bows and scream out that he's weak to lightning. And she just goes, "That is enough," and casts lightning bolt.
At
which
what
is
level?
a 7th level.
He will attempt.
There's no one in.
There's no one in the line of sight. He will attempt a counterspell. He's going to do just the 3rd level, so he needs to roll a minimum of... It's a 50-50. If he rolls a 10 on the die or higher, it counters. That is a 9 on the die. He does not counter.
Well, okay, bitch. You about to get it. What's my attack here? It is. How about this? 6. And then I get extras for each level above 3rd. It's the 7th level spell, so 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 4 more d6s. Give me 1 second. Okay. So this would be 57 damage.
So 114 lightning damage. So as you blast him with this lightning bolt, he like tries to contain it, and then it blasts into him and courses through him, and he just falls down to one knee, and he looks up and he just goes, "No, no!" And he stands up and he points at Helia. He goes, "You tried to take me down, then I'll just take your little friend with me." And he's going to attempt to use a legendary action to cast a Helia. I need a wisdom save, Helia.
Okay.
You're great at those.
This is just like spell wisdom save?
Yeah.
I think I just have advantage on all wisdom saves. Yours works, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making sure. I know
Does
how my
Elsa
spells work.
have the shield with from Ulrich, and is
Mhm.
she able to use it as a reaction?
Technically, yeah. But
That's a 25.
you pass and you're going to take the damage, but you are not. Your soul doesn't start getting drained into him.
Cool.
Okay. Ooh.
You love to see it.
So you will take half damage. The halved is 39 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And that is an 8th level spell slot gone.
I'm looking
Could be
rough.
worse.
And he just... Why won't you just accept that you and your entire species were made to be our food?
Well, now he's xenophobic. That's not good.
You are nothing but bugs beneath our heels.
I was just gonna be like,
You're desperate.
don't you dare talk to her like that, pompous ass.
Okay, and at that it's Wande! Wande, then Draco making death saves, and then Helia.
Guess we're gonna get up and close personal.
Kick his ass.
Punch him in the face!
Yeah, we're gonna go
Up.
for a couple unarmed strikes first. He'll just like pop. I think wherever you are in the room, he'll jump on that table and like run at him. Do a flying sidekick. Yeah, sure. And
My God,
if
it's
he
Wendy
misses,
from
I
the top rope.
swear to God, and he's probably gonna fly past him. It missed. Wait, 19 to hit.
That exactly hits.
Oh my God! What? I'm
He doesn't
sorry.
have high AC, he's a spellcaster.
High DC,
Oh.
not high AC.
I was
DC.
prepared.
He has a very high DC to like his saves and his own saving throws and his 2 save, like you guys have to save throws, are high. His AC, not so much.
So he hits him with that first kick and does 7 damage, and then attempts to turn around and kick him again, but misses that one because that's only 14. But for
gonna
my
hit.
bonus action, I'm
You-
gonna use a key point to use Flurry of Blows.
Yeah,
So-
that's what we like to see.
Yeah. I swear.
Oh, Wandy's fucking nice.
It's Sydney's dice. It's 5. Yeah. So hopefully the second one hit. Please! I swear to God. 18.
You hit him square with each of them and he just doesn't move. And... Okay, now, Draco, give me a death save.
See what's going on.
10 and lower is failure, 11 and up is pass. Nat 20, you are up with 1 HP. Nat 1, 2 failures.
What's a failure?
10 and under.
So Draco looks a little worse.
He's bleeding out from the hole in his stomach.
Yeah, right, correct. And it doesn't look like he's making any movement to get better. It's like a little bit of like a, as like a little bit of a, as he's bleeding out.
Okay, Helia, you're up.
Hi. Yeah, Helia looks rough. The light is just dimmer than it was before. But I will try to rally. And I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds at 7th level. So that's 6 creatures, so that's everyone is gonna get. That's 3d8, so 11. So little. God. 11 plus 5, so 16 HP.
Draco, you are up.
Right.
And then. Should I do Master? Why did I do Master Wounds? No, that was Master Wounds. It's just very sad. Wait, no, it only did 3d8 instead of 7th level. I need to roll more dice, I believe. Hold on. Master Wounds, donde? I didn't roll 3d8. I need 2 more dice. 8. An additional 6.
Nice.
Feeling fresh as the daisy.
And we're back to the top of the
11.
order.
I didn't say I was done
Oh,
yet.
you're not done yet?
Maybe. So it's 17 plus 5 is 23. And just for funsies, I'll resummon my
Spiritual weapon.
little spiritual ward at see how this goes. I hate how it's worded. Spiritual weapon at 4th level. So that's gonna summon a little guy near Alagos. That's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
For 14 force damage.
Okay.
And Healy is just gonna say, "You think you deserve everything just because you want it. And for that reason, because you believe you're better than everyone else, you left yourself open to weakness, to underestimating those you think are inferior. And it's not gonna last." And that'll be my turn.
On his turn, he's just gonna grab his own chest, reach inside, pull out strands of energy. You don't understand. Rip headphone users, sorry. You are beneath me! And he's just gonna pull the strands, and a massive shockwave is gonna come out from him, and all of you feel your souls being drained. But there is a hole in his chest where his beating heart is.
Convenient.
Draco, here's your chance. Draco, you see him do this. And Elle, you see it. You will have one chance, Elle. Roll to hit. I'll tell you what your modifier is with the dagger after you roll. Tell me what you get on the dice. You get advantage because Draco's
conscious.
Draco's conscious. And do you want to help out?
Me waking. Yeah, of course.
Rally!
I think. Yeah, I mean, if I come back to life, I'm just laughing my ass off, right? I'm like, you're not even as strong as your underlings, dude. You couldn't even kill me, and I'm nothing. Why are you supposed to be in charge? You're gonna take my soul?
Your soul isn't worth taking, rat!
What's the matter? You can't handle it? Come on, you got this, right? You're a big tough guy, you got this.
He looks down and he goes, fine then. And he points down, he grabs Draco by the throat, and he starts to cast Inflict Wounds at 8th level. El, here's your shot.
This is it. This is
It's
it. We
a
got it, baby.
17 without any.
So with the modifier, that'll be a 19. You guys watch as El runs forward and she plunges the dagger into his heart. And he just... and he starts to fall, and he grabs El and pulls him back with him, and he starts to... and then he smiles. Do you know what you've given me? Do you know what you've unleashed? Places his hands on Elle's head and shows her a vision of a burning landscape of silver flames. The world engulfed in a gleaming wildfire.
Hey.
And he just...
What? A what?
And then he just looks into your eyes, Elle, and he goes, I shouldn't have even fought! Thank you! Thank you for my freedom, granddaughter. And then his body is going to wither into and turn to dust, and you see his soul leave his body and dissipate. As Alagos, the Night Father, is dead. His body gone, his heart pierced by the dagger. But Elle, you are overcome with two sensations. The first is freedom. You are free. Finally, for the first time in your life, you do not hear Alagos' voice in your head. And you... Oh, come on. Sorry. Try to get music.
He's dead.
Come on. No result. What the hell? Good.
The anticipation. Tissa.
There we go. I just had to change the music. Sorry. But Elle, you feel... He's gone. Alagos is gone. Every trace of him from you is gone. For the first time since childhood, your soul is yours, and yours alone. You're free from his clutches. And all of your memories come flooding back. The good from before, and the bad. Every kill is fresh in your mind. But so are moments of your mom hugging you, your dad spinning you by your hands. Happy family life until that terrible day. The one memory of Ulrich you lost is returned to you. You are complete. And you're no longer the monster, the blood taker, the assassin of the Night Father. You're just Menithiel.
So, Elle is going to pick up that same dagger and stab him again. And say, this is for my parents. She's gonna stab him again and say, this is for my friends, the goblins in the camp that you helped me kill. She's gonna stab him again. This is for all the creatures that she made me kill. And she's gonna stab him one last time in the eyes and take them out. And this is for Ulrich. You pompous ass. as she's holding the eyes in her hands, she starts to laugh frantically. And as she's laughing, it kind of slowly transitions into her crying. If you've seen the scene where Astarion has that moment where he kills Cazador and he's crying, that's sort of the moment that's she's going through right now. She's relieved, but all that trauma that came flooding back, all that trauma from her not being able to control her body, it caught up to her, and she's crying. And she's not sure when she's gonna stop.
Wendy's still standing right in front of her, I imagine, because they're trying to hit that guy. He's still. This is just so much. So he'll probably like reach out if you want, just do like one of those like goofy pat things, and just be like, "It's done. It's done. It's done."
Helia, do you want to do anything in that moment?
I'll walk up behind Elle and try to be just loud enough that she might realize that she's there, and just very gently put a hand on her shoulder and kind of see if she reacts or how she responds.
Elle's just gonna kind of put her head onto Helia's hand and still kind of sob, but it's kind of went from hysterical crying to more like sobbing and like deep breaths. And while she's holding her hand against Helia's hand, she's gonna also kind of grab Wandy's hand as well and just kind of take it in that she has friends that she's not gonna be scared of killing anymore.
But that with her kind of like responding to that, Keely will like kneel down and just like fully pull her into herself and just say, I promised that we would get him, and you're free now, right?
I am free. I only wish that Ulrich didn't have to die.
I know. We'll keep going for him.
We will.
Wandy, the ring. There is no sense of the curse left in the ring. It's just it's just your family heirloom now.
It's no longer heavy. No, just kidding.
I can carry it.
You all sent someone in here. Well done. As Bahamut is standing before the portal out, he just looks back at all of you. He has a black scar on his chest now. When you share a soul for a little bit, apparently you take their wounds. He uses his finger to open the portal once again, and he just goes, "Thank you. All of you. For everything." I believe he opened the portal out in the capital, but like not in Edith's office, so you guys can have a moment alone. It's like, well done. Looks at Draco and just says, "We'll talk soon, my paladin."
Am I still missing an arm?
That's what I was gonna ask.
He notices that, and he puts his hand on your shoulder, and your arm rematerializes.
And I was gonna say, like, I'm just gonna like, I think like stop him. He doesn't like if the hand is reaching out, he just like holds a hand out to stop him. I think he just sort of is gonna silently walk out of the portal there. without his left arm.
We're gonna have one last moment with Draco at the very end today, but Bahamut opens another portal to a very bright realm, and he just home. And then he just turns, looks at you, and goes, "Menithiel, thank you for my freedom." And then he walks through the portal, and it closes behind him, and the portal back to Midgard is still open. You all can walk through and talk there, or stay in Alagos' palace and talk. I don't think that's probably a place y'all want to stay.
Not particularly. I'd like to see the sun.
And it is midday. The sun is shining. After Charles's message about, do you think your characters ever missed the sun? Ulrich never got to see the sun again.
Stop!
Ow!
Did you do this on purpose, Charles?
Charles, I swear. I'll never forgive you.
When you collaborate with the DM, things happen. So, you all walk out, and you are in the sun of Midgard. A lot more time has passed than you thought. It's been a few months.
It happens.
But it is the middle of the summer. The sun is shining brightly. Helia, you feel the heat of the sun on your face for the first time. And Draco, for you, fall is gone. Are you going to stay with the group for now, Draco, or are you going to report back? Brutus is also here and with you.
I think Draco's gonna stay here. I don't think he's like, turning around to smile at everybody as they come out, but he's not leaving. I don't think that he has that inclination. I mean, the bond he just formed is a lot deeper than I think what he's ever really experienced before, so this is kind of for him like a different thing. But he is much broodier now. As he stands there looking at the sun without his left arm.
Oh god, I just turned him into guts.
A massive... No, I'm just kidding.
I just turned him into guts. I didn't do that on purpose, but now that I've realized it, I'm like, oh.
Just all the right ingredients tossed into a bowl, and eventually...
It all comes back to Berserk. Damn it.
Ouch.
Wandi... A realization hits you. With this ring returned, you're technically the heir to the throne. Your uncle has no children. He's old. Your mom can't be empress because of, bullshit patriarchal reasons, but you could always fix those rules and then step down and let her take control. But
Probably a better option.
But you have a choice, Wandi. Take the ring back to your uncle, or pretend you never found it.
I think he's just going to tuck it away in his shirt and wait for the right day and the right moment.
Aaron, what is your reaction upon walking out into the sun again?
I think somewhat similar to Brutus, or Draco, sorry. Maybe Brutus too. Aaron's definitely very sullen in this moment. As he steps out, he kind of like takes a deep breath, unstrings his bow, like puts it, when it is away. I think seeing Wendy kind of tuck the ring away, he's kind of like, nods understandingly, and then just says, "The office stands if you ever need me. I figure I've still got a lot of time to make up for that pot."
One day. I ain't ready yet.
One day for one day.
One day.
I think Aaron will go over to Draco and hold out his hand for a shake.
Yeah, I think Draco will sort of turn very again, just uncharacteristically serious as he sort of sees the outstretched hand. Just sort of grimace, and I think he'll like grab your like by the forearm, just a little bit more tightly than he might have done previously, and then just sort of like nods. But if there's any conversation that's going to be had, I don't think he's going to be the one to initiate it, is the vibe that you get.
I think Aaron would just ask, do you think there was any prescience in that dream we had?
He mulls it over for a second, 2 seconds. Enough time that it's clear he's not just saying, no, there's none. He looks back at you, and he just says, I don't know. I hope not. But if there is, I guess I'll know where to find you.
If you can get to me before I get to you.
He smirks a little bit and just says, 10 gold? 10 gold says I get to you.
10 gold says you don't make it within 20 feet.
Yeah.
He shakes that arm like one more time as if to seal that bet.
Yeah.
I think you do see a bit of sadness in his eyes. For him, I think he's realizing how much distance exists between him and everybody else, and some of that's because of him, some of that's because of other things, but that moment where he shakes that hand, I think you see a flash of maybe regret, of wishing that he had done things differently.
Yeah.
Aaron, but he feels that it. Please.
Aaron does say, but until then, if you ever need someone who's really good with a bow, come find me. I'll lend a hand. And he kind of like does the to your lacking left arm.
I think Jacob sort of chuckles softly, and I think one of the things that he would have dragged out with him is that shield. And so he just sort of like takes it off his back and hands it to you, and he says, not much, I guess. But it's helpful if you got both hands on your bow.
You might need it more than I do.
I'm not afraid of death anymore. Why do I need a shield?
Aaron gets a little serious and kind of looking up at Draco just says, just because you're not afraid of it doesn't mean you should go seeking it out.
He sort of like straightens a little bit and turns to face you more fully. Thought when I became a paladin, that meant that I was gonna travel the world and have adventures, and people would sing about the things that I'd done, and my life was going to be amazing. And I'd save people. But that's not why I'm here. I think I realize now that I was always meant to be a shepherd. I was just supposed to guide people on their story, and if that story means that I die, great. And if it doesn't, then great. The fall, he looks around at the now new season. Fades. Always has, always will. So will I. Not seeking death, Aaron. But it comes for us all. You got 2 arms, though, so I figure if one of us needs to last a little bit longer, it's probably you. Besides, if the war thing happens, you need the advantage, right?
That wouldn't make it a fair fight, would it?
No, I think it makes it a fair fight.
Oh, does it? Does it now?
I was gonna say, at the mention of the fall, Helia kind of perks up and kind of comes a little bit more into view and says, "You know, our cards are balanced. Spring and fall. Without that death, that decay, nothing new could grow. There wouldn't be life in the first place. Apparently they're at war at this point, for somehow, but can't have one without the other. And that death and fading doesn't mean things are gone. It doesn't mean that new things won't come in its place." Looks down at the missing arm. Says, "Not today, but if you ever change your mind, I can fix it for you."
He looks at the blue flower, which is still sort of sitting on the shoulder of his missing arm, and just sort of smirks, and looks back and says, "It's a nice metaphor."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Helia, speaking of, so you see Elle just kind of standing there, probably just kind of staring off into the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go talk to her?
I mean, I was next to her when we
Oh, yeah.
stopped off. I kind of just like gently touched her arm, kind of indicating I'd be right back after going to talk to
Okay.
Draco. But just I'll give him a nod. It's serious offer. You can stay with one arm if you want, but I can no, not today. I don't have capabilities today, but any other time. And we'll turn back to Elle. How you feeling?
Elle is just standing there. She looks like she's not there, but all she's thinking about is the fact that she's finally free. It feels like a bug left her brain, and now she's herself again. And she looks over at Helia, and she realizes that she's been through this with her. She's been the closest person that she's ever had in her life, and she just says, I am amazing. For once. This is the first time I feel like myself, and I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. But it's been you all along. You've helped me through this. I thought I should have been keeping myself away from friends, from romance, and you helped me understand that I'm worth something. That even though I was a weirdo, that I deserved friendship and love, and I just appreciate you so much. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I think so. I only brought up what was already there. And now you get to choose what happens next.
I think I know what I want next. And she's gonna lean in towards Helia and kind of hover really close to her face.
Mm-hmm.
See if she will pull in.
Mm-hmm. She'll just grab her chin and kiss her.
Nice.
Nice.
The ship sails!
During Pride Month.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Draco's too. It's just like nice.
Yeah.
With his right hand. Sorry. Doesn't have a left hand.
Just the right hand.
He thinks
It's
he's
like left,
thumbs
he's
upping
left,
He
like
thinks he's thumbs upping, but
No,
he's
no,
phantom.
he's
like,
He's phantom living it. He just thinks he's thumbs up.
yeah, right. His like left hand move. He goes, yeah.
So
Oh man.
we're not going to fully roleplay the meeting back up with Edith Bliss, but you guys report back to Edith Bliss. You get your payment. You've saved the current heir, well, not heir, but second in line, Rena Bliss,
a princess, you might say.
somewhat,
Oh my
to a
god.
duchy, and
You saved
you all get to move on with your adventures. With some of you, that probably means staying together and adventuring more, I imagine, with Elle and Helia. Maybe Juandi joins after he returns home. Aaron.
And create some franchise Wandy's glass shops.
Aaron, I'm going to ask, do you go with Juandi or do you return to your father?
Aaron doesn't want to crowd Wandy and kind of like be like, oh, when are you gonna do the thing? I think also because Aaron through this, I think Aaron does go back to his father, and instead of when he goes to see his father, instead of going with the question of have I done enough to earn being a knight, he this time he hasn't been home in like over a year at this point. He returns home with I think now he understands what his father was getting at, and he goes with the confidence of knowing that he doesn't need his father to approve him to be a knight. He feels the confidence of someone who like knows that that's something that he already is, and I think finally understands what his father was getting at as far as what he was trying to tell him without being able to tell him.
So, and I imagine Juandi goes home to his mom for a bit before finally deciding to face his uncle.
I think before he left the party, he's not good at goodbyes and all that stuff, but or saying thank yous even. So his closest thing to thank yous was giving everybody a unique glass Wandy piece, one big enough for Elle that she could put the eyeballs in it to display, probably. Yeah, and then when he goes home, I mean, his main goal is he still wants to do glass. Like this is his life, but I think he's gonna hold on to that ring as like I will hold this over your shoulders, and if I can't do this my way, like I'm gonna take other routes.
Okay.
So.
And Aaron, we will say your father finally does tell you, that's what I've wanted all along, boy. Find your own lord. Find your own path. And Aaron is free to become a knight of either the Empire or the Kingdom. Or find his own way.
I think Aaron continues just traveling for a while. I think there's a good chance him and Draco maybe link up and have a couple of adventures together if that's something Draco would be down for. And then I think I think Aaron has evolved past the need of needing to find a liege lord, and just sort of he is a knight unto himself and unto the people who don't often have someone looking out for them, because it's always the rich and the powerful who have the money and influence to solve their problems, while everybody else he's ever helped has always had to rely on the traveling strangers and adventurers.
Okay. There are two things I want to roleplay with you about. First, Helia.
Mhm.
As you journey with Elle for a while, your relationship grows stronger. Cedros doesn't check in as much as he used to, but you always feel him sort of like smiling down on you. It's his way of saying, I'm always here, but I don't think you need me to look out for you anymore.
You need me to look after you, dumb bitch.
We'll get into that later. And Elle, you're free to travel the world with Helia, and for the rest of your life, you're you. No one takes control of you anymore. And you're free to adventure, even if you all join back up at some point and become an adventure party full time. If you did, I think it'd be fitting if you had an adventuring party name after Ulrich. Personally, that's what I think. And I think the good name for it is actually the Knights of No Name, after Ulrich No Name.
Ow.
The last two things we're going to roleplay. First, with Ulrich, you find yourself awake in a gleaming white plain. And you see a delicate hand reach down for you. As Ashlyn pulls you up and she just goes, "You did extraordinarily, my Paladin. Welcome home." And she kisses you. And you are now, because of your act of heroism, Ulrich is raised to being a guardian angel. And he is free to choose who he guards. He guards one person for their life. And I think I know who Ulrich wants to pick.
I choose Draco.
Draco, in moments of darkness in your life going forward, in moments of where you think nothing else, you almost feel a familiar hand placing his on your shoulder, just giving you that confidence of, hey, rise up. And the last thing we're going to roleplay may not be all that happy. Draco. Some time passes. A few months pass. In this particular time, you're not with your adventuring party. You're just sitting petting Brutus, who has grown into an adult dragon. And you hear, "It's been a while, Draco. It's time we had a chat." And standing in front of you, not with his humanoid face, his full draconic, still humanoid body, but a gleaming body of silver with black tint. His eyes black and white. "We have work to do. Everything you lost, there are very specific people to blame. The other gods. They could have stepped in, as you told Ashlyn. She could have destroyed that spider at any moment, couldn't she? If it had been me, if I had been able, if I wasn't bound, I would have. You lost something that didn't need to be lost. It's the poison that the other gods have infected with the mortals. They need true guidance. Justice. True justice. It's our job to root out the wicked and teach them teach the rest that remain the true path to glory. But before we can take on the rest of the gods, we need to make sure the world is with us. Are you with me?
I think he sort of has like, he's not fully turned back, right? Like his yes is sort of over his shoulder. He waits a moment. He walks around to the side. I think there's like a carry saddle that he has thrown over Brutus, where he carries a lot of his gear, just because it's easier that way. And I think he takes out this like wooden and metal arm. It's a mixture of Dracarys wood and hi Jake, and like bronze metal that he's formed into like sort of a prosthetic that he sort of like fits onto the stub of his arm. And with it, he sort of like pulls out the halberd that he wielded when he killed the spider. And he turns to face. He's got a chainsaw for an arm. But no, he turns back and he's wielding this halberd. And there's this sort of like rage-fueled look. His eyes sort of like burn with this deep orange, and the leaves sort of take on this flame appearance as he remembers the moment, and he looks back. He grips that halberd a little tighter and he says, "Where do we start?"
Talonus. Warring continent. We will stop their wars and teach them the right way. And he turns into his dragon form. He says, "Mount up, Draco, for I need a new chosen." And what Draco doesn't notice in his rage is Bahamut's soul has not been freed from the Night Fathers. They have merged. Bahamut is corrupted, and the sense of justice he feels is a malicious, angry. It's not that the Night Father's controlling him, but the Night Father's dark, rage-filled soul and fear-filled soul is making Bahamut make rash decisions. And he will create the gleaming wildfire Elle saw in her dream. And that's where we're going to end this campaign.
Sorry, Elle. I didn't realize that.
So
that's my bad.
Where this
my bad.
This campaign has been a wild ride and such a fun ride. I've had a truly joyous time DMing this for you guys. And it means a lot to me that you guys would sit through me yammering on at you for hours about lore and play this game with me. And I just hope you all had a fun time.
Oh my god. Yeah. Jesus.
Great time.
Does anyone have a favorite moment in particular?
God, this whole episode was so good. And I hated that, like, Wendy, like, the whole time I was like, I'm so sad. I want to go give them a hug. And I'm like, my character won't do that. He will not do it. I was like,
He will be emotionally distant, but Cindy will be devastated.
the whole time I'm like, ah!
And we got our gay fae and gay elf
Pride.
for Pride.
It's so good.
Ulrich got what he's always dreamed of. To be a true paladin in the eyes of his lady. Aaron got what he needed out of this adventure. Draco maybe not so much.
Aaron is like, is that like Aaron is Obi-Wan and I'm Anakin? Is that what we've essentially established here?
Listen, I'm totally not going to have them both show up as NPCs in that campaign, and Or have Jake show up as a guest player and make him fight your
Obviously,
character.
he's trying. He wants to play as bad as I do. Clearly, he keeps coming in here. He's like,
I can't.
At some point, Christian and I will do a PvP battle royale.
Oh, I'm recording.
Please.
That could be an epilogue thing. That would be so
it's
cool.
the level 20 versions of these characters, you know, with all their like insane stats, just duking it out.
So we're talking favorite
It's
moments.
the fight on Mustafar, you know.
Storm, did you have a favorite moment other than the keys?
Cute gay shit. I was not expecting the mouth of Mothfey.
Of course you picked. The spooky, fucked up thing as your favorite moment.
Look. With Nyx, you tried to traumatize me, and Nyx is not very scared of things. And it was
And I brought my A game.
I had a fun time, but it was not scary. Seeing the dead bodies of my sisters in the mouth of a spider.
The tongue of a spider.
Wild.
The multiple tongues of a spider.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Jake, did you have a favorite moment?
I may need to like rewatch to figure it out because my memory is shot. But I mean, I enjoyed a lot of the moments with Draco and just sort of those.
The little rivalry kind of forming, a friendly rivalry.
I would say more so just like the differing perspectives from
Narrative foils.
Yeah, someone who is young and a little idealistic versus someone who doesn't have as much of an idealized view of the same things. Also, you know, being able to make a fuck ton of attacks, and that was nice.
Another one.
I'm gonna ask everyone else, but I have two that come to mind off the top of my head. The biggest one is Ulrich's speech to Draco as he's dying, and Draco's last stand attack, and then Draco's attempted sacrifice are probably my two favorite moments. That and every time Wandy...
I'm like, not today!
And that and every time Wandy attempted to hit something and just missed horribly. Speaking of Draco, what was your favorite moment, Christian?
Jeez. There's so many. I think the most influential moment has to be the moment that when Ulrich was like, I remember who named me. I think that was like that had you not said that specifically, I don't think Draco joins the Gleaming Wildfire. I think he avoids that. But that was a pivotal turning point. My favorite moment has to be walking into the office shirtless and just sort of posting up and seeing what happened. My favorite, like throughout though, I agree. My favorite moments were sort of like with Aaron as we sort of checked in with each other, because all I could think in my mind was this sort of like Arthur and Mordred dichotomy, right? Like of like you said, like similar like origins, almost a familiarity, like a sense of like kinship, while also being like obviously on very different paths. Yeah. But like a deep respect for like what the other brings and does, while not really understanding like why they do what they do.
Okay. Val. And then we'll get to you last. We're going to get you last, Charles, because...
You did. For me, I think, well, one of the moments is definitely just calling Bahamut Behemoth is just like my favorite thing. I'm gonna really miss that. But for L specifically, I think it was Draco. Christian wasn't there, but the time we were doing a short rest around the campfire, right after that spider fight, before the big spider fight, we were just sitting together, kind of having some nightmares. But for Elle, I think it felt like for the first time she's actually around a group of friends, rather than just a group of like companions she's fighting with. So I think for the character, that was like a moment of realization that these people could be like friends for life, essentially. Yeah.
That's awesome. Charles, what you got?
I liked any time where we had like some downtime and we were like eating together, and Ura got to like eat with them and stuff like that. Definitely when Hyundai was getting bullied by Tish or Fish or whatever her name was.
Fish.
Um, and he turns invisible and he robs her and gives Hyundai the money.
It was so
There was that. I think one thing Ulrich might have regretted was not playing his lair along with Jake's character, because they probably wanted to do the jamming out session that they never got to do.
Ow.
Oh, Jake will or Aaron will never get to play with Ulrich. So,
Well, I said like 2 words to the guy the entire thing. Like, let us go down.
I wasn't that guy. I wasn't that guy.
so, as we wrap up the campaign, I just say this has meant a lot to me as a DM. This is my first completed campaign in the realms of Alovar, and it's gonna hold a special place in my heart. And we will see you all in the next campaign. Bye, y'all.